Say, what do you mean by I said there are many? It's okay. You know, now for Nigeria, we'd always speak that wrong English. My surnames are, my names are. Very wrong English. Very, very wrong English. Only one name you get, just the same as 3 people named there, but now one name. Now I can say my surnames are. Break it down. Say my surnames are Brekete who go and you throw it on by Or you say come again. I said Brekete who go and you throw it on by say can you take that slower? I said Apa etu buko apa young etu buko. He said is that a sentence? I said no sir, it's just the abbreviation. I said what? Please strive on to have a wonderful day. I want to arrest my will not get me. So please, for the benefit of today's program, thank you. Thank you. Oh, this goes on air, so it doesn't have to sound out.
We are live.
We are live.
We are live already.
Chai! Hello, Nigeria, Abuja, all the ones, everyone that they hear me, that did a crazy, so I don't know, man. Sorry, are you hearing now? Excuse me. Excuse me, they catch up? I said, they talk now, they catch? Serious matter. All right, so that I need to introduce myself so that when I start doing the other introductions, it won't be a problem. Is that okay with everybody? So my name is Ernest. No, Nigeria, but I didn't know the Nigerian one now. I want to do that. The official name is Ernest Ekwere Essien. I'm a seasoned broadcaster, an actor, a musician, comedian, entertainer. that we can. Brekete, help me. I wasn't born a stammerer. Please help me. Please help me. Help. Hello. How you guys doing? You know, one good thing about this life, they could help my career. What's for my market to do? With this kind of crowd, I won't sell market. That's what my Igbo wife has taught me. My wife has taught me that anywhere I go in life, if after 15 minutes of anything, if after 15 minutes of showcasing myself, nobody asks for my card, I leave that place in a bad market. So I want to sell my market. I gotta help my life, set it well, so that even if my voice no good, you get the way microphone goes, the voice go good well. I should also hold this one every time like this. Hey! Now for bring microphone stand on, and go paint us the first one. Okay, permit me to also invite to. I think I see something. It is well with you. Can I go now? 1, 2. 1, 2. Is that manageable now? Can you just lower the bass on the mic and increase the treble a little bit, kill the mid, that will give us a better sound. Like I show that my professionalism, Jerry. It's what I do for a living. Alright, I was just going through this list and I looked around and I saw a friend of mine. If there's one man that is very proficient in making you know how to make money from nothing to something and from something to more something, is this man. I joined a team of professionals, or they call us fast trackers, and I just saw one of my teachers and my mentors with the corner of my eye. Please kill this one, it's not helping our career, or lower it. Then increase this one I'm carrying. Why you take no the person who I want greet now? I don't like this guy to you. You're spoiling my market. Why are you spoiling my market? Now the person who I want to introduce. I was hiding it to introduce him. Doctor, how far? How you doing, sir? This man talks for a living, even though he's a medical doctor. You will get to know him later. Don't worry. I will make sure in what does the bad rich, you must talk something here today. Please, just to join us on the high table without much ado, let me invite Mr. Martins Chidu to please come upstairs. Please, can we clap for him? Jackie Ikotoye, is that right? Jackie Ikotoye. Oh, please, I'm trying for a Calabar man. Clap. Barrister Oko Agugam. Did I get that, please? Come up to that table. I also have, please, consultant, can you come close to me, please? Just put this one up. Just put it up. Thank you. Okay, I also have Chidi, our Google Chip. Please join us on the table. Also, we want Surveyor Jerry. Please join us here. All right, we'll still be bringing more people on to the high table so that we can just rock and roll on this program. Everybody knows that the most important thing in life, to be honest, is shelter. Once you have a roof over your head, the ability to think, imagine, realign, plan comes naturally. Whether it is your house, a rented apartment, even if it's under the bridge, as far as you are guaranteed have a place to sleep, lay your head, rest, it gives you the ability to project better. So for me, it is not gainsaying that for my people, my family, my friend, the Brekete family, to put up themselves to bring up this concept of building or allowing people to have the opportunity of having affordable houses, and not just affordable houses, but also identifying with the trend of the 21st century, which is being digital. We have decided to create what is called a smart city. I know some of you will be shocked, how does he know this much? Well, I was privileged to anchor the event where surveyors and these people, they do land and everything do. That was where I got to do, because the first day I hear smart city, I see my phone. Smartphone, smart. So, but I got to know much about it. And you know, like I said, it's an all-encompassing estate where you don't need to go out of the estate to get what you want. You want to go to church, you have it in the estate. You want to go to mosque, you have it in the estate. You want to go to school, it's in the estate. You want a market, a mall, a cinema place, an entertainment center, everything happens right in there. So you're going out maybe just for leisure to go visit people, but you don't even need to step out of the confine of that city to get whatever you want. So for us, it's a wonderful and a novel idea, and I'm very proud to be part of it, and I know you are all proud to be part of it. So please, if you're proud, just let's clap for this idea, please. Permit me, for recognition purposes, let me just recognize my friend Dr. Ben. This is your son, and they always give me problem. Or I can. About up there. These are my people from Edo. The only city where parts they fly for afternoon. You go near the upper palace, you will see parts for afternoon. Bini? They don't need airports to fly. They fly from their bedroom. Natural aircraft. Accident happen for Bini for ground. But we see the motor go hang for upstairs. Till today, I see that picture, I don't know how it happen. So, the doctor, don't worry, your own original doctor. They be the kind of doctor who one small boy one day go get problem. And what was his problem? He say, his uncle, na doctor, himself won't become doctor. So he come meet his uncle, say, uncle, I want to follow your line now. I want to also be a doctor. The uncle was very happy. He said, that's nice. At least somebody in the family wants to continue this. I like it. So how was your wife? Say, uncle, I tried though. So what's your result? Say, uncle, it was mainly F9, but I got P in one subject and D in another subject. What are the subjects? He said, agriculture and Igbo. And the uncle said, yes, you will truly be a doctor, but a native doctor. So that the Igbo language will be for incantation, and the agriculture will be to know the herbs to use. selling land at very ridiculous prices. Some people thought it was a 419, now wayo, now this, now that. I had complaints. They even brought complaints to the radio station that we should stop airing the program, that the man is a fraud. The man is nothing what we know here. Today in court, when they want to keep face talking, then we what happen so. That like long-term investment now, you know, pay you. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, let's clap for another President Ahmed. All right, without much ado, please, we need to give respect to the nation where we come from because this is the best nation in the world. So please, can we all be upstanding, please, for the national anthem? If you're never ready, we will sing that with them out. Daddy, tell me no. Please, if it's not ready, we'll sing with our mouth. 1, 2, go. Arise to compatriot, Nigeria's call obey, to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain, to serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity. Can we clap for our great country, Nigeria? Please, as you take your seats. This is one thing I know the ordinary president likes to do on this program. That's why you see every day before he starts his program, he will always ask every Nigerian to say the national pledge. Because it is very, very paramount and important, because the pledge gives you a level of commitment that you are committed to the Nigerian project. That's why you always see the national pledge is what he starts his program with. A pledge is you coming to say, I submit, I stand by this. And that's why the national anthem cannot be overemphasized. 3 Nigerians decided to travel to America via Ghana because they were not too sure about the Nigerian passport. You know, our green passport sometimes gives you problem. So they traveled through Ghana, Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba. They escaped the Ghana immigration, no problem. But immediately they got to JFK. The American immigration man looked at them and suspected they were not from Ghana. He said, you sure you're from Ghana? They say, yes. He said, you very sure? They say, yes. It's okay. Please sing the Ghanaian national anthem. The Hausa man there say, wallahi, ni kam de ni kaya, wallahi, no sabia for Ghanaian national anthem. And we just come to see us America. They deported him. The Yoruba man say, my daughter just gave birth to you. We came to do the naming ceremony. I don't know Ghana national anthem. They deported him. But Igbo man, after calculating how much he must have spent to go to Ghana to get passport, how much he must have spent to acquire visa and buy ticket, he wants to deport him. The guy looked at the Igbo man, put one hand on his chest, stood at attention, and started singing. At the American man we don't know the Nigerian national song simply says, call on God when you are in trouble, he will answer you. And God, being true to his name, answered the Igbo man because he made the Igbo man not to know Nigerian national anthem. He said, you are correct, enter. So when you are privileged to sing if they ask you for anthem, if you don't remember the normal anthem, sing the one where you remember. If you say you are from Zambia, just look for one song where get Zam inside. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take the opening prayers, and we're going to take it from the two divides, from the Muslim and from the Christian faith, because I think those are the two most predominant faith we have in Nigeria. Yes, I know there are some Juju, Ubu, Savas. Shango, another Amadio have. But please permit us to manage these two for today. Maybe when we call you people for another program, we'll allow you to do your own. So, Consultant Ike, you only wrote the prayer without the people saying the prayer. Should I just say anybody? Please, any Christian brother, we want to involve people now. If you are led by the Spirit to say a word of prayer, brethren, now is the time. Please, a pastor will come. And if you are a Muslim brother and you know how to say a prayer in the Muslim faith, please, can you step up to me? Any Alaji, Malam, Alpha, Ustaz, Shite, Sheikh. Okay, he even addressed the star itself. Thank you. So please, sir, can you just step up here?
Father, in the name of Jesus, Lord, we commit this gathering into your care. One thing we are sure is that calling on your presence can make the difference. Having come here, Father, we ask that do that which no man can do. Give us the enlightenment, all that we need to know to bring this project into a perfect result that we desire. Blessed be your holy name. For in Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen.
Salam al-Karim. من خشيتك ما تحول به بيننا وبين معاصيك ومن طاعتك ما تبلغنا به جنتك ومن اليقين ما تحول به علينا مصائب الدنيا اللهم متعنا بأسماعنا وأبصارنا وقواتنا أبدا ما أحييتنا واجعله الوارث منا واجعل ثأرنا على من ظلمنا وانصرنا على من عادانا ولا تجعل مصيبتنا في ديننا ولا تجعل الدنيا أكبر همنا ولا مبلغ علمنا ولا تسلط علينا من لا grant us a fear of you that will prevent us from disobeying you, and obedience to you that will convey us to your paradise, and a certain faith that will grant us the ability to understand what is right and what is wrong. Grant the neighborhood the wisdom and the leadership of this smart city, the ability to give us what is best in us and what is to come for our children. فسبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. Amen.
Amen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll just move straight. Okay, please, I've been asked to invite one of our guests to please join us. She's the mother to the ordinary president. She's a senior citizen to our Brekete family. If you are the mother of, you are our mother, simple. Mother to Ahmed is my mother. By force, by fire, I claim. Chief Mrs. Felicia Sane, please. Can you please join us here on the place? Mama the mama. Our mother. We'll give coffee if you know you love your mother. Until she takes her seat back. Mother the mother. Mommy, gently, no rush, we will wait for you. We are not in a hurry. Mommy, take your time. Yes, Mama. And please, for all of us who go to market, that is the market women president. With that time, market, no sir. You know buy anything, reach this cloth right away, even microphone. Mommy, welcome, ma. Thank you very much, our mother. Yes, sir. Please, can we all take our seats? Let me also recognize the one and only man that teaches young people on how to better their life, how to use anything that has to do with scaffold, up, down, everything. The man is so good at it that they named this thing after him. Please welcome Daddy Scaffold. Good to have you around, sir. And also we have in our midst, just for recognition, Alaja Ajokobi. Amina Ajokobi. Alaja Ajokobi. That is when you see Ajikobi. That is the born Aji. You wake up and you Ajikobi. So do you run here and what you translated? Say ko jebe. Oh, that it just looked like, well, no problem. So distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we'll still be recognizing more people as they come around. Permit me, in case we have not recognized you, please turn to your neighbor and recognize yourselves. Just to your neighbor, recognize yourself. Take the recognition by yourself. If I refuse to give you, receive it. I always want pastors about telling you turn to your neighbor right and left. You don't know the condition of the mouth or of the person sitting next to you. There was one he said, tell your neighbor it shall be permanent. Nah, John, the boy will sit down near me. One hand no good. And he come for healing. I want to tell her it shall be permanent. I tell the guy, say, Pastor, they greet you. Please let me now invite our royal father of the day. So please, I will hand over the microphone to him too, because he will fully help me. Sorry, I'm trying to get the... Where did I keep the paper with the names now? He's, like I did mention earlier, he's a pharmacist, a doctor. He's the president of Karo Traditional Councils, a Traditional Ruler Council, and also a chancellor of Birmingham University in the UK. In Nigeria, the Nigerian version of the UK. When you hear Birmingham, is this Brigham or Bingham? Oh! See, they look like Bingham. Bring him up. You know England, they get bring him up. So, Brigham University here in Nigeria, please let me take the microphone. So you don't need to come out, bring the microphone to me. Okay, because of the live coverage, sir, you might need to come over here. Let me invite His Royal Highness Pharmacist Dr. Luka Tanya Akawa as he will declare this event open.
Hembelembe. Hembelembe. I think I need to undergo some tutorial so that I'll do the Hembelembe. The ordinary president, Brekete family, His Royal Highness Alhaji Jibrin Waziri Sarkin Burku, our mother to the Brekete family, Hajia, other members of the high table, distinguished invitees, members of the Brekete family, and not forgetting the chiefs, the village heads and district heads that came along with us. I greet you all in Jesus' name. Amen. I want to first of all thank God for making it possible for me and our entourage to be part of this very, very important occasion today. The groundbreaking ceremony of the Brekete Family Smart City Project. It's a very, very important thing to all of us. Before I declare the program open, I want to tell you the first encounter that I had with the ordinary president. You know, the very first time I met him was in Karu when they came to my house, to the palace. Incidentally, at that time, I never knew about any program called Brekete Family Program at all. So when he came in, along with the consultant Ike, then he introduced himself. He said, "I'm ordinary Ahmed Isa." I nearly choked. Like, I said, how can somebody tell me that he is ordinary? I had never heard that name. It's like saying, "I'm ordinary Luka Panya Baba." But then, so I asked him, how did the name ordinary come about? And he said, "Have I been listening to a program called Radio Brekete?" I said, "No." He said, "Okay." He gave me the frequency. But as soon as they left, I tuned in and I got the program online. And since then, I have been a very ardent listener of the family program. And not only that, I believe that I'm also a member of the Brekete family. Because I need to perfect my Hembelembe more. I think all of us do not need to be told the import of what ordinary Ahmed Isa is doing to the people of this country and the world over. If there's any, or there are anything, the three things truly that are basic to human life is good health, food, and shelter. If you have been listening to the Brekete family program, for those that are not here, you will agree with me that ordinary Ahmed Isa, the ordinary president of the Brekete family program, the Brekete family, is a unique person. Unique in the sense that he has taken the responsibility that most of us should be doing upon his shoulders and that of the family members of God. He's doing what many of us ought to be doing as leaders in our various areas of responsibilities. He's taking that responsibility and is doing that without any gratification for it at all. He must be a unique person. Many times when I listen to the program and I hear or see the things that he does, I ask myself where he derives the inspiration from, where he derives the strength from, given the character that dominates an average Nigerian on the street. It must be taking so much of him to be able to do this in spite of the kind of society that we have. All of us know what has become of our society today. If you read the newspapers every day, what you see is about fraud in one place or another. What you see is about killings in one place or another. What you see is criminality in its different forms in all places. And you begin to ask, how can somebody redeem this kind of situation that the society presents? And it boils down to the fact that it takes somebody with unique qualities to have the courage and the determination to do that. And that I have seen in the person of the ordinary President Ahmed Isa. What he's doing is fulfilling the injunction of the Almighty God for us to be our brother's keepers. I don't know how many of us reflect beyond the things he does, and we reflect on ourselves and see whether we've had opportunities to do that and whether we do that very sincerely and earnestly. Because I believe that all of us that are in positions of responsibility, no matter how small or how high, if we take a cue from what he's doing, I'm sure that in a very short time, our society, our country will be a different place. The stories will change. What we read on the papers will be different. We'll be looking forward to a peaceful, progressive, and developing nation. Let me commend you, Ordinary President, and the entire Brekete family for this that you are doing for this country and for humanity. He's gone beyond that to also think of offering shelter, affordable shelter, to those that are in need. You know, in Hausa, I can say, "Nka samu gidan kanka asirin kame," whether you are eating stones there or eating boiled yam without palm oil, nobody knows. Because it's giving you that cover and has given you that pride as a person. So what you are doing today, it's a mark of a very, very significant thing in the life of every person. And I want to encourage all of us to subscribe to this, because it is a way of helping us to be human or look more human, and to give us satisfaction and give us the comfort to be able to think positively and to see how we can further contribute and join hands with him to move this country forward. I, as a person, I think I'm motivated, and I want to also subscribe to the Brekete Family Smart City project, so that in no distant time it will also be said that Esukaru has a property in the Brekete Family Smart City, and I believe it will not only just be a property there, but it will be a symbol that will help us to reflect each day and remember that somebody has done this. And that will be a constant reminder to us to see how in our various small ways, in our various encounters with people, we see how we can make their lives better. No matter where your calling is. If you are working in a hospital, selfless service, promptness, dedication to duty is what we should reflect when we look at the kind of things he does. Many times we've had instances where people say, "Oh, my loved one died because of negligence, because of late attendance to the issues." In the courts, we have problems. We know what have become of our judiciary today, though not all of them, but we know the integrity of the judiciary is under test. In fact, almost every aspect of our endeavors. But I believe that we as individuals can make a difference. And the collective actions that we take, positive actions, will make this country better. It is my hope that as this smart city is established, that it will be a constant reminder to all of us, especially those of us that are within that domain. And of course, the second Gulku is just opposite your door. So I hope you carry this message to our people, to imbibe this attribute of selfless service to members of our communities. As a traditional leader, of course, all of us that have responsibility for the people, it behoves on us to treat people fairly and very honestly and sincerely. That is the least that we can do as fathers. Otherwise, I don't know what kind of legacy we will be leaving. And I believe that this project brings home a lot of things for us to learn. Our village heads and district heads, this is somebody who is offering affordable services, accommodation to people. It teaches us not to take people's land by force. It's very important. We shouldn't use our positions to take people's lands by force, because God has placed us there. Rather, we should see how we protect their interests and make sure that they utilize what they have to their benefit and to the benefit of the society. Let me not turn this into a lecture, but once more, I want to commend the ordinary president and members of the Brekete family for this initiative, and to say that I declare this groundbreaking ceremony open to the glory of God and to the benefit of humanity. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Royal Highness. He deserves a standing ovation. Can we give him one? Well spoken, well spoken. Please sit down. The best thing that can happen to any community is when you have a well-read person as your king. He's so articulate, on point, and he knows what he's talking about. He's not a man of many words, but at least with the few words he has spoken to us, you can see the wisdom of a royal father. One more time, please. Can we clap for the royal father? Well, now, for those of you listening to us all over the world, on the Brekete radio, that is Human Rights Radio, we're live. And we want to say that His Royal Highness has officially opened the groundbreaking, and without much ado, we'll just step into the program the way it should be. And he said something very profound. Because the reason why Brekete family is bringing the royal fathers to interact with us is to show you that we have sought the consent of the owners of the land for us to get into their land. And His Highness just said that don't take people's land by force. There is not going to be any case of any of money there with us. This is our father's land, we give somebody here. There will be no reason for that. Everything has been well sought out for, and you're just going to relax in a smart city with your smart family, smart children, driving your smart car, using your smartphone, and living smartly. And you can see that His Royal Highness does not want to be left behind. He said, we won't forget it too. Even if I am a Royal Highness of a community, I'm also coming to be smart in that smart city. So Your Majesty, you are highly welcome to our smart city. All right, ladies and gentlemen, when a concept is being planned or when it's being initiated, the first thing the originator of the concept does is to surround himself with people of like minds who can understand the vision and run along with him. Because when you don't have people who are on the same page with you, when you have a vision, you will run alone. Sometimes some people complain that the president is this, the president is that. And I tell people, no, sometimes don't just blame the president. He has people working for him. He can't be everywhere at the same time. If those people don't do what they are supposed to do, yes, I agree, the buck stops at his table. But those people are also supposed to be held responsible. But the ordinary president over time has evolved with so many people, some still, some no more, because life is like that. It's transient. People must move on at a certain point in life. But there are certain people who have stuck to him through thin and thick, who have said, look, we're not here together. One of them is the consultant in charge of this project, none other than my brother, my friend, consultant Ike, as we all know him, as he will step up to the microphone and do a full presentation of what this is all about. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I don't know I'm talking about smart city. Now I want to get a proper understanding because my own is do or die, whether they like it or not. I already have some property in that smart city. The kingdom of God suffering violence and the violence taken it. I'm taking my force. Please, one more time, consultant Ike, please.
Thank you very much, MC Miracle. I want to stand on existing protocol. I want to say a very good morning to every one of us. I also cannot go on without recognizing our royal fathers, His Royal Highness the Esu of Karo, and also the Sarikin Guruku, who is our direct landlord. I want to thank you for making time to come on a very short notice. I will also want to specially thank the ordinary president, the voice of the voiceless, for reposing on me this great trust. Trust is a burden to those who understand it. We unfortunately live in a society that what we are seeing today is slightly different from what it used to be. When people are given responsibilities, you will see them go to church and begin to give thanksgiving. You will see them throw parties. There's actually nothing wrong in that, but there's a little more important thing to do. One of the most important things to do is to begin to find how, whether you actually have capacity to deliver that trust that is reposed on you. To build that capacity, you may not have everything at once, but you take time to build them. When this trust was given to me, it was a very big burden, and by the grace of God, today we're able to build it, and we are delivering on every step. The beginning was not to do business. What we started with was not to do business. It started first of all with us thinking it is not sufficient to help people to know their rights. If you are hungry, if you have insecurity, if you are not settled in life, even your right, you will willingly give it up. You won't know how to fight for your right. The beginning of helping to build a society of equity and justice and fairness is to empower people. And we began to look at how do we empower people in a sustainable manner. And one of the things that came across to us is empowering families, empowering people at family levels. And we say one of the ways we can empower people at family levels is to help them to become home owners. Now, in home ownership, we notice that there are a lot of challenges in Nigeria and that subsector within our system. The first challenge is that we do not have a system that measure or benchmark what are the things that are delivered to customers. And some developers are taking undue advantage of the subscribers. And we were saying, how do we deal with it? There is nobody who can understand that better than Brekete family and the ordinary president, because the amount of complaints that come to the ordinary president on for housing development, where people are cheated, where things, promises are not delivered as they were made. If we put them on this table, I'm sure this table will break. And we say, how do we build a system that will be able to solve some of these problems? So we started with one. Let us build on what we call sites and services. Many people hear sites and services. Sometimes they don't even seem to understand what it means. Many people call it sights and sound because they see sights and sound in CNN. That's not what we are doing. What we are doing is sites and services. And that's where the world is moving to. Sites and services is a World Bank system designed to provide housing in urban areas and to deal with issues of squatting and slums in the urban areas. What does it mean? The meaning of sites and services is that we provide sites. Site is the land, S-I-T-E-S. We provide services. Then we restrain ourselves from having our eyes on other profits. In Nigeria, the most popular thing that people do is that they build houses for people and sell to them. There is no human being who build house to sell to you that will not make profit from you. But we said no, we are not interested in that profit. We want to give you the opportunity to be able to build the house by yourself. If you do not know how to build, one of the things that we do for you is that it gives you opportunity to select, have the opportunity, the right to select who builds for you. So there will be competition. It is not like we are saying, okay, because we are the ones who have this property or this land, and we have found that you are interested in the land, we must take advantage of you by cornering everything that needs to be done and then making profit on your head. We say, no, we don't want to do that. Even as that profit we add to us, we want to allow you the opportunity to be able to build that house. If you do not know, select who will build for you. And the only difference is that you are not going to build anyhow. We will create a system that we will give standards on how you will build so that the place does not also become a slum. And we will also enforce those standards so that some of the things we have seen in the housing estate development in our place, we can be able to use this as a model to correct them. So, but if you build houses and you are not able to access essential services that will make the houses usable or enjoyable to you, it means that also the houses will be useless. So, and that's where the services come in. And the services, what we're looking at is how do we develop the infrastructure? If we gather 1,000 persons and ask them to go and develop the infrastructure without leadership, without somebody taking ownership and pointing the direction, you will discover that it will be like a soup that so many people are making, and they will not turn out to be something that will be enjoyable at the end of the day. So we take responsibility for providing the services. The services include electricity distribution and supply, water distribution and supply, road networks, its maintenance and cleaning services. So that it will not just be like we build a wonderful estate and then suddenly after 2-3 years the estate will be like some of the things we know about our barracks before. Are we together? Have I made myself clear with respect to what sites and services? So my expectation is that those listening to us today, when they hear Brekete family sites and services housing estate, they will be able to understand what it means. We are providing the land, which is the site. We are providing, taking responsibility for managing, delivering and managing the services, which include the road, the electricity, the water, and all other services that will make the place a habitable place for you. And that's what we are to do. But we will allow you to take the liberty to select how and who builds your homes for you. But we will enforce standards so that your neighbor that is a little greedy may not turn the whole of his compound into house or mushroom houses that will make you uncomfortable. Do we understand it? Yes. Apart from that also, there are some little challenges. They appear little, but they are huge to those who understand what it means to live and enjoy living. If you walk through Abuja, and now, even in Lagos or most of the cities we have in Nigeria, you will discover that in most estates, houses that were meant for people to live as residential houses have become shops. Some of them have become beer parlors. Some of them have become nightclubs. Some of them have become mosques. I don't know if we're experiencing this. And if you talk, your neighbor will brand you as somebody who doesn't like God. If it is the one that is church, your neighbor will brand you. But the implication is this: if every human being has his own life structured in a way that fits him or her. There are people who do research that most of the times in the daytime, they do brain work. They work mostly in the night. In the daytime, they are engaged in other activities. There are people even who do work in the night in factories and other businesses, and in the daytime, they want to rest. But suddenly, the house you built or you bought, and then thinking that you are living with your neighbor, you discover that he has turned his own house into a church or a mosque or beer parlor or hotel. You will see you have no peace. And many people are stuck with this because they don't have choice. They don't have anywhere to go. Even our regulators are not helping. If you go through Wuse and some other areas, the worst case scenario is that they place a charge on the owners of those houses and ask them to pay penalties. Money from their penalty, but you that suffers the issue, you earn nothing. If you want to sell that house, you can't even sell it what you have spent on it or what you bought it, because whoever that is coming to buy, the first thing he's going to check is what is the environment like. You now see that you are helpless. These are some of the things we want to deal with in Brekete family sites and services, housing estate. As I explain this, maybe before I finish, it will help you to understand why it is called Smart City. Now, apart from this also, you will see that in some housing estates, they have designated areas where they're made for shopping malls and trading centers. Individuals pay money, big money, to buy those shops. They pay money to build and equip those shops. But suddenly, after the estate is developed, you discover that by the roadside, you will see kiosks every here and there. And the surprising thing is that the people patronize those ones that are on the roadside and those that are in the shop because of proximity is close to them. But those who have spent money to buy shops, they will not get patronage. They get low patronage. And they are losing businesses. And every year, year in, year out, you see that their businesses are dying. And nobody cares. Nobody worries about this. Nobody takes time to look at this analysis. So, and we are saying these are some of the things we want to deal with. If you check your offer letter, you could see that we stated it clearly that land given to you for residential must be for residential. If you change it for any other purpose, we will revoke the allocation. We could be called all manner of names, but we have already started by setting the legal standard to empower us to make sure we deal with it. Some people who do not like decent environment will not like us. But by the time we do what we want to do, wherever you are in Nigeria or outside Nigeria, you are asking for, where is a quiet, a serene and decent environment I can live in? Somebody will tell you, go to Brekete Family Smart City. We're not just dreaming. Experiments have been made about this, and we've experimented on this. A typical example is Abuja. In as much as Abuja did not deliver totally what it was conceived to deliver from day one. If you are coming into Nigeria and you ask questions and say, where should I live and at least enjoy a reasonable level of peace and security? Somebody will tell you, come to Abuja. Would that person be wrong? No. It didn't happen by accident. It happened by planning. And that's what we are saying. Every single thing we are talking about, Brekete Family Smart City, they are not dreams. We're not just talking. We have taken time to ensure from beginning that every step that is taken, that should be taken, to ensure that we deliver what we say we'll deliver, we get them. It may not be very fast as some people expected. They say Rome was not built in a day. But the important thing is that we know where we are going. And we are doing everything that is required to the smallest detail to ensure that we get to where we are going. So that is the reason why, if you look at your offer letter, it said it clearly. This is for 2-bedroom bungalow space. This is for 4-bedroom bungalow space. So if you change it, if you are not planning to build a residential house, forget it. And for us, the whole idea is that we know that many of you who may have bought into this are not buying because you don't have a roof over your head, or you don't have a place where you are now. You are buying because there is something you have seen in us, and we don't want to disappoint you. Assuming you don't even live in Abuja, you are not from this area, you don't want to retire here, you will have a property that will continue to return maximum value to you. That's the whole idea. If we build an environment that we are allowed to be bastardized, time, even when you don't live there, you want to put it off for rent, you won't get people to rent it. If you put it off for sale, you will not get people to buy it. The second problem we also looked at how we can deal with in providing these services is, one, if you check most of the housing estates we have in Abuja, they promise you water, they promise you road, they promise you electricity. Most of the places, they end up doing only road. It is the residents that work together to put electricity. Virtually everybody has borehole in his house. I don't know if what I'm saying is not a picture of what we're seeing in Abuja today. And the places where they provide road, you discover that under 2-3, maximum 3 years, the roads are washed out. And once those roads are washed out, there is nothing you can do. The man who developed the estate or the woman has taken his money and gone away. We don't have a strong legal system that can bring justice to you. Many people have been carrying cry to ordinary president on this. And when we were building this concept, we said, how can we be treating matters like this and we are not able to do something that can show example that something decent and good can be done? And when we started it, we took time to say, what will it take us to deliver this? And that's where we got to the infrastructure levy. When we announced it, a lot of people cried that the levy is too much. But we sat down and looked at it from all angles. We said to ourselves, the first is that what we are doing is not doing in the hidden. It is a transparent thing. If we have 500 hectares of land, for example, in the construction industry, there is a standard for you to do, standard cost for you to do standard infrastructure for 1 hectare of land. And we know that some of our subscribers are professionals in the construction industry. They are quantity surveyors, they are those who have done construction for themselves or for other people, so they can be able to calculate. So on that account, we cannot even cheat you. We have opportunity to make money from you by building houses for you. If we say we want to build houses for you, I'm not sure anybody will refuse, because you will be sure also that the quality and the standard of house we will build for you will be such that will make you justifiably proud. But we say on the infrastructure, yes, we understand the pains. Yes, we understand that the money is too much. Some people cannot even rationalize how infrastructure levy is bigger than the cost of the land. But that is the truth of the matter. It wouldn't pay us to start playing games because we already know in the environment, infrastructure levy is usually like 1 million. Then the cost of the land, 11 million. I don't know if some of us have experienced that. So, but if we take 1 million from you, are we really going to deliver? If we are going to deliver infrastructure, what kind of infrastructure are we going to deliver? Are we going to deliver infrastructure that in the next few years, water washes away the road? Are we going to deliver infrastructure that we will just do road and the other things we say we will do? When the time comes, you will not see any of us or begin to make excuses. And we say to ourselves, this is not a brand that Brekete family is known for. If the ordinary president of Brekete family will stand to fight for the rights of others, why will he rub poto on his face by engaging in the things that he will not deliver as he has promised? We are just living, even in the promises, we are being very, very economical. Do that we don't want to talk about them so that they can be surprises to people. And that's the reason why we said, well, we understand that not everybody that can afford, but we cannot lower the standard. Because if we lower the standard, we are doing disservice to those who can afford, and even to those who cannot afford. I have said it consistently that in construction, anybody can check. If you require 1 million to construct a kilometer of road, and you want to be smart, and you put in 700,000, saving only 300,000 to yourself, you will realize that when the road becomes destroyed, you will spend more than 1 million to reconstruct that road. The first is that you can't come and begin to pour bitumen and then do asphalt on the same road. You must repair that road, and it is money. And that's the reason why we say we will not do that. We want to deliver what will make all of us justifiably proud. Because we know that the trust that you have placed on us to subscribe in this estate is a burden, and we must deliver. If you recall, it's gone past 2.5 years we started this project. A lot of people have said so many things, insinuating that, oh, what could have happened? Why all the delay? Are you sure this will happen? Are you sure that will happen? In the beginning is that if we take time to look at how we are moving, every single promise we make, we are keeping. This is the first housing estate that was done. Not a single naira was taken from one person for the sales of form. I don't know if there is anybody that paid even 1,000 naira to buy from here. I don't know who has ever subscribed to a housing estate within this country that did not pay for form here. If there's anybody who ever subscribed to housing estate in Nigeria that did not pay for form, let him say. If we are selling form, do you know how much we will make out of it? The first thing is that when you are selling form for housing estate, even those who do not have readiness to build or subscribe will buy form, because the assumption is that if they don't buy form, maybe when they will need it, the form would have finished. So it means that if you have for about 1,000 persons, you might sell up to 10,000 forms. And this is free money, and government has no means of checking this. As we speak with you, I have personally appeared in court for not less than 15 times to help federal government to defend one particular person that tried to sell the same housing estate in our Brekete family services. We wrote to EFCC. When we asked him to stop selling forms, he refused. Because we discovered that in form alone, he has raked in 150 million naira. And our worry is not even that he has raked in 150 million naira. The land allocations that he said he's giving to people is by no means equal 10% of the number of forms he has sold. So if you want to rake in 1 billion and he has 1 billion space to give people, we wouldn't have worried. Every attempt to stop him, he refused. And we went to court, and we've been battling that in court. These are some of the things we have been trying to deal with. And we say, we can't be fighting this kind of fight, and we will not deliver something that is exemplary. Now, the question about the delays we have had. We stated it clearly that every privately developed housing estate, the infrastructure within the estate is developed by the subscribers. Payment for the infrastructure is made by the subscribers. I want to extend that a little also. It's not just privately developed housing estate. I don't know how many of us here have bought into FHA. You pay some infrastructure levy. FHA is owned by the Federal Housing Authority, isn't it? So from day one, we stated it. What we did not state was how much it will be, because we were not sure as at that time. And we have said our target is not just to collect money for money to enter into our hand. So if we go ahead and state what we have not calculated and we are sure of, it means that the chances that we will collect that money and not deliver will be high. And for that reason, we said we are not sure now, but there will be infrastructure levy. And it will also be such that those that are into construction can look at it and justify it. So when we started, we finished selling and it was time to commence the infrastructure development. Was exactly the time it was announced that Nigeria has gone into economic recession. I don't know if we remember. And we looked at it up and down. We have a few people who have started even paying in some 50,000, some 100,000. Some were coming to us and say, what should we pay? We said to them, hang on. Except those who went on their own and started dropping that, because some of them said, we are civil servants. We don't want this to catch us by sudden. Let us start to make small contribution. But those who called us up directly, we said to them, no, don't make any payment. And the reason why we do that is that if we calculated and say, if we take your money and we are not able to deliver, it means we have again failed. And it will become an opportunity for those whom we have been fighting for failure to deliver to now rejoice over us. So we said, hold on, let us find out what we can do. Now, in that process, we didn't go home to sleep. We now began to look for other opportunities, alternatives on what we can do. The alternatives we started looking for was to say, can we get banks to be part of this project? But there's something we discovered. In Nigeria, most of the banks are not thinking out of the box. What you see them do is what they call template administrative systems. How does it work? In a very big system, they just think about a business model and build a template for that model. So whatever that comes that doesn't fit into that template is not their business. And the template they have for Nigerian housing is the mortgage template. If it is not mortgage, as far as the Nigerian banking industry is concerned, it is not housing. Many of them, the question they ask is, why will you allow the subscribers to build? Why don't you take over the building? Then we'll structure a mortgage for you. And some of them even showed us opportunities where in the structuring of the mortgage, at least per house, without mentioning, we could make 500,000 naira. Then when you multiply it by the number of houses, you see what it is. When we struggled and struggled, it didn't work. But we also ran into serendipity, discovering of something that you were not expected, but that is good in the course of looking for something else. That was when we ran into the European Union. When they took time to examine, they visited even the site 3 times. They visited the country 2 times for this particular project. They also visited the site twice. They took time to analyze the processes, the things we have done, starting from the administration, starting from how the land was planned, how we have done allocation, how we have done the sales, how we have audited the systems. That some people will pay and record their money back, and they will not tell you they have not, and we issue them receipts. But we have audit systems that check out all of those things. Audit systems that check our staff and the things they do. How, in over 5,000 allocations, not one person has said, my allocation is jamming with another person's allocation. There is no double allocation. There is not a person that will say, the coordinates that were provided in my title deed document, I took it to site with an independent surveyor. I could not find the land on ground. Not one person. Not one person has gone to the site and returned and said, the community people refused me to enter. This is where the Esu himself and the Sarikins are helping. Instead, what you see in Guruku community, in Chakwa community, in the whole of Karo community, is an open arm to welcome us. This is the reason why you see all the chiefs here. The chiefs that are not even around the axis where the land is are already asking us to come to our own side. But we have said to ourselves, because also our interest is not about making money, we cannot engage in any other one until we commence this and push it to a level where it can be convincing to everybody that we are doing the right thing. We have had opportunities to come and sell lands, to even take over estates. If you listen in Brekete Family Radio, there is no announcement about the estate as we talk. Why is it so? If ordinary president announced that he will make a lot of money, many have been approaching us. Why are they approaching us? Because they saw the potentials. When this was sold, if you remember, some people come by 6 a.m. and they stay on queue till the end of the day and they are not able to buy. Am I lying? Other developers saw that and they started pursuing us with money. Pursuing Brekete family with money, not just money. So we're even offering, come and be own part of the estate. But we are saying no. In as much as we need money as human beings, we will not be involved until we develop this to the extent we could say to ourselves, this is running and will run to successful completion. So, and in the process, like I said, we ran into the European Union. The European Union took time to examine all of these things. So this is the very first step that we say to anybody who have bought. If you have bought and you at some point think you have made a mistake, we will refund you your money. I don't think there is anybody who have ever asked for a refund that did not get it. Yes, we made deductions. The reason why we made deductions is that there are costs involved in the transaction first. If you hadn't come to us for that transaction, we wouldn't have incurred that cost. There are administrative costs, there are documentations, monies paid to lawyers, there are also monies paid to the bank as bank charges. There are taxes that are already taken in your transaction, which we can reverse. And that's why you see those deductions if you're asking for a refund. Now, the European Union said to us, we found this interesting. We will be involved in this. But in the way we think as Nigerians, we think it's just a system or a process where you go in and you just dive into the water and then you dive out with fish. You know, we are not processed people. It is in Nigeria, you see somebody who wants to go to Canada, he'll just wake up one day and then. It doesn't happen in other places. If you want to travel, you plan, you find out what do the people need. So, as we started enthusiastically, along the line, we discovered that the European Union, they are not joking, they are ready to assist. They are not coming to build the whole infrastructure. But the way they want to function is that they make a budget. The budget could be a budget of 20 million euros. And then in the budget they say, we want to use it to deal with water or central sewer or telecommunication or road. And they deal with that. And that becomes a burden that will be lifted from the infrastructure funding that we have. So we followed, we discovered that there are processes. The processes are long, but they are also sure. Some of the times it will also take budgeting because what you are coming up with was not in the original budget. And the budget system is not like our own that you can sneak in something into next year's budget. It can take 4 years budget. But we say we are not relenting. We can't keep telling stories. We are not interested in reporting processes. What we want to report is results. And that's what every one of us is expecting. And that was the reason why we returned back to say, after all, we had an original plan. The original plan is that when we build our place, we never started with an expectation that we are going to from anybody. Our expectation is that when we build the place, and we can build it. So, and that was why we came back and said, let us start from where we can start. We have taken time to plan this estate. We said we are not just building a housing estate, and we did not call it Smart City because we want to give it a good sounding name. Everything that makes a smart city is what we have planned into this place. The beginning of smart city is smart electricity supply. If we want to build a housing estate that is not like other housing estates in Nigeria, that empties into the mega city during the day and people return back to the city just to sleep, we wouldn't have had much problems. But we started by saying this city must be a self-sustaining city economically. What does it mean? If we have planned to house 5,000 homes, businesses and things that those 5,000 homes can do within the environment must be created, allowances must be made for them, so that people are not compelled to go out because they have no choice. Anybody coming into Abuja will come into Abuja because he has a business that is going on in Abuja, not because he has no choice or he has nothing to do there. That's why if you take time to look at the site map displayed in our office, you can see things like productivity centers, hospitals, woodwork sectors, fabrication and welding sectors, industry, mini industry sectors. But in other housing estates, the maximum you will see is school. Some do not even have hospital, because they are assuming that, okay, if you have an issue, there is a hospital in Abuja you can run to. But this, we're not just having one, we have them multiple places. And the idea is that the people who live in those places can find businesses that they can do. Even if they are not the ones doing those businesses, other people can build those businesses, and then it will make their homes more viable, their houses more viable, and forever economically productive. How? It is not a wishful thought. How? To put in the places are what we call low emission, easy to start industries. What do? They produce what we call fast moving consumer products that we find ready market within the environment. There are raw materials also within the environment. A typical example, if we have a noodle producing factory there and the quality of their noodle is good, can they feed 5,000 families, not 5,000 persons? Can they? It means they don't even need to go to Lagos to advertise their products and services. Within the environment, they could sell what they have. Every single thing that is required for modern living, we inculcated into the planning. Unlike what you see in other estates, there are green areas, there are community centers. The things we brought in are the things you see in Europe, not here. Community centers where you can walk in, where there is a gymnasium. You are doing your gym. Your child is learning how to play basketball on one side. Your daughter is learning how to do dance on one other side, or music on one other side. As you walk out in the morning with your children, everyone is engaged in one particular place. That's what we call community centers. Positioned strategically. because we also consider the number of people that will live in the place. We even went to the extent of building a body of water, conceiving a body of water, so that the place can have a better humidity. All of these are achievable. In there will be an evaporation, which happens when you have a body of water that is open to the sun. Now, rather than having a dry environment that people, if there are diseases, airborne diseases, that people breathe in with the dust, the humidity can calm that down and the place can become a better place. Part of the reasons why your infrastructure level is even as high as you are seeing it is that the places that people usually sell for people to get more, for them to get more money, where you must put houses, we corner them into roads and common areas. The major roads in the estate is about 20 meters wide. For a normal estate. The reason why we did 20 meters is that we said this is not main road. This is a housing estate, a smart city, where children can ride bicycle. In Abuja, will you attempt to allow your child ride bicycle? Can you try it? An adult, if you try to ride bicycle, you're on your own. So we can, in the planning, in the road work, create a space where those who are walking can walk without looking back to check for oncoming vehicles. This is on the major roads. On the smaller street roads, the roads are smaller, but not as small as what we see in other estates. Then if you go to some other estates also, except maybe after we started and some people now started copying, you can see that what they allow, for example, for 2-bedroom bungalow is far less than. Why? Because the assumption is that when you hear 2-bedroom is for poor people. But 2-bedroom is not for poor people. I can proudly retire to 2-bedroom house. What does that do for me? I don't have to depend on so many people to help me clean and keep the environment. Our 2-bedroom is luxurious. When we say it's luxurious, you cannot step into the parlor without crossing an anteroom. But for a normal house in Abuja, that's stupid. It doesn't make sense. But we want to show that, no, if you go abroad, you see that those living in 2-bedroom doesn't mean they are poor. You can live in 2-bedroom and enjoy the luxury you want to enjoy in a mansion. The beginning of luxury is the creation of space. Even if you do not have money to do the fittings, as the space is there, you are growing, your economy is growing, your finances improving, you begin to put in those fittings one by one. You can start in a house. You can start in a house without even a tile. As you get money, you put tiles. One day you feel, oh, these tiles do not befit my status again. You want granite. You remove, you put granite. You start in a house. You can only have a bathtub. But someday you say, wait a minute. You mean I will die without even enjoying what jacuzzi looks like, where I can sit and have bubbles of water all over me and soak myself? If the space was not conceived and planned for from day one, it means you will either have to pack out and all you have invested in your life to build that house will become wasted. You go and start all over again and plant new trees that before the trees will grow, you may not. Maybe some of us may have lost their sight, that they won't even be able to appreciate the tree and the flowers, God forbid. So, we said even the 2-bedroom bungalows, not a house with share wall with another house. Every one of them detached. The 2-bedroom has 1-room boys quarter, self-contained. The boys' quarter is not separated like what you see in the houses they build here, where you see mushroom small houses like a hut beside another house. They are integrated, that you don't know it has a boys' quarter, but when you enter, you know there is a boys' quarter. I'm just talking about the smallest of them. The boys' quarter has a separate exit. If for any reason you don't think you need that boys' quarter, there is also a place where you can break and the boys' quarter become part of the main building. You have 3 bedrooms without adjusting outside. You see, sometimes when we have experienced poverty, we do not really understand how best we can enjoy our lives. Not many people know that every room requires a wall-to-wall wardrobe. It doesn't mean you must keep 1,000 clothes. Out of the wardrobe, you can build bookshelves and have your books handy. Out of the wardrobe, you can stock your boxes that your house become neat when anybody enters into it. Even the 2-bedroom, every room has wall-to-wall wardrobe. The 2-bedroom has a janitor, because the room needs to be cleaned. And you cannot keep scattering mops and broom everywhere because they need to clean house. But here, they don't consider those things as necessary for 2-bedroom, because the assumption is that 2-bedroom is for a poor person. The 2-bedroom has store. The same 2-bedroom has a massive area outside, where if you have children, you have bought football for them, they won't play it in your parlor. If you have bought bicycle for them, they can have where they will ride it around your house. If you don't want them to go out and mix with your neighbors. You can also cross your leg outside. Find a good mop that doesn't even have, if you know that it's not transparent, put ordinary hot water to clear your throat and lemon. As you're drinking it, your neighbors will pass it and say, hey, this woman's having enjoyment too. Every time in the evening, he will just come out with a husband, cross leg outside. They drink tea, they don't know ordinary water. We have done all of these things because we have taken time to think. Voice of the voiceless, original. You see, when I'm losing my voice, it's already speaking for me. So, I wouldn't take your time to describe what 3-bedroom looks like. I will also spare you the description of what 4-bedroom looks like. But they are all standing on their own. 2 and 3-bedroom are bungalows. 4-bedroom is duplex. There is something we have also done of recent about the duplex. All of these have prototype designs that you must follow. You can play around the inside, but the outside you won't play around it, because if you have planned to have maybe in 310 square meters for your 2-bedroom, we plan to have your building only in 120 square meters and leave the rest for parking and green area. You must leave it that way. You may quarrel, but you will be the one to enjoy it as you get older. But what we have done in 4-bedroom is that we are giving the option of the owners to design their own houses so that we can bring in color and style. It will not just look like barracks. How does it work? We give you your 4-bedroom space. We tell you in this 4-bedroom space, we only need any house you're designing to cover only 230 square meters. Assuming it's 700 square meters, which is what it is. You do your designing, you inspection fee, which will not also be much. Our architects review it and agree that everything you have designed is to standard. Our civil and structural engineers will review this also and agree. And then you go ahead and build. The whole idea is that maybe we have done a design that does not really suit your purpose. Haven't been able to afford 4-bedroom, you can have also the luxury and the privilege of modifying that design in and out. In a manner that will make you always want to come home. I visited one of my friend's house in Lagos. And after looking at the bathroom, I came out, I said, oh boy, this one. He said, look, there is no hotel in this world he go to, he doesn't think of going home. Just bathroom. These are things we are creating. Now, why are we creating this? Many people's assumption is that Chakowa is in a bush far away from Abuja. So God helped us that their eyes have not opened. We are taking advantage to create this because we know that that place someday, not even in far distant time, will be subsumed, will become the center of Abuja. If you run from beginning of Lagos to the end today, I don't think you will see bush, except the one that government has seriously struggled to preserve. It wasn't so in the beginning. It wasn't so in the beginning. But not just that Chakowa will be subsumed or will be in the center of Abuja. Surprisingly, the place we are talking about, line of sight, is less than 15 kilometers. But the new road coming up from the Pape is about 17 kilometers. That is currently existing, which is the longest road, is 23.4 kilometers from Asokoro Bridge. We are not saying things to make you happy. We are saying things you can practicalize. You go there, you take coordinate, you come over here, you take coordinate. If you are driving, you get to Asokoro Bridge, you press your speedometer counter, you go. When you get to the place, you press stop, you look at the speedometer. If you now want to understand what that is, you drive towards the airport. From the central area, press your speedometer again. You will see that you will not cross Kuje Junction. You will get the same length of distance. So, by the time we have these roads done, you will discover that the man in Airport Road in Kuje is living far away from town than you. And I will be rounding up because we can't keep telling ourselves all of this. Most of the things I am saying is already written in the documents that we have handed over to you. This is the very first time that we have given you these documents. The whole idea is for you to be able to have a clearer picture of what we are doing. In the infrastructure development work, we are commencing. The beginning of the work is that we have put in place every single thing that we need to make us do this work and do it successfully. The earthwork contractors are ready. We are mobilizing them to site. Latest by Wednesday next week, we will show you pictures of the things. They would have gone to site before today, but we discovered that along the Guruku Road, there is an Ado River, which governments have been building a bridge there, but the bridge is not completed. We found that if we commence the work without creating an alternative route for our machineries and heavy-duty equipment that we move, we will have problems as soon as the rain begins. And we don't want to return to anybody with stories. So we decided to do a construction there, and we have completed it. Those of you that gave us your WhatsApp numbers, we have also tried to share pictures of this with you. And what this means is that latest by Tuesday, our equipment can start moving to site. We are 101% ready to do this work. The only thing we are appealing to you is your patience and support. So many of these will not come in a hurry because there are things that take processes to do. But we will not relent in doing them. Those who have not paid their infrastructure levies, please pay and see that we are putting it to work. If you doubt, you can go to site and see. It is your payment that we are working with currently. We have opportunity to take monies from the banks, but we are not going to take the money because if we take it, what we will pay back may put us in trouble. And this is the reason why we have created the incentive windows. Whatever thing we can do to ensure that we deliver effectively and efficiently and at minimal cost, we are doing. Many people have approached us for contract and we refuse to give because we want to see if we can achieve more and better things with direct labor and professional supervision. What we are starting with is cutting and filling on the road. We don't expect that to go beyond 3 weeks, 21 days. We have about 65 kilometers of road within the estate. This is the largest single estate in the whole country. When we say 500 hectares, we are just saying the places we have planned for people living now. We have 70 hectares kept for solar farm. The whole idea is that if you say you are building a self-sustaining city where you are encouraging people to build industries, you also need to understand the problem of industrialists in the country, which is power supply. And that's why we are going for embedded power supply. So we are moving forward. And we are. The only thing that will bring about delay is also delay in your payments. Because we have considered the loan option, it is not the best for us. Initially, what we should have paid out to the bank, for those of you who got incentives, who in this infrastructure levy, the first incentive was because we sat and had a meeting with our bankers, and they said to us, if we give you loan, by the time you pay all the charges, both the one hidden and the one open, you would have paid between 28 and 29%. And that was where, innovatively, ordinary president said to me, hey, if we will give this money to the bank, why don't we give it to our subscribers? And we created the incentive window to say, if you pay within this set time to enable us commence and do this work, you to the subscribers. That's what we have done in the incentive windows. So in the last incentive window we have created also, which is about the same thing. When we close that, any person who did not pay will have to pay the full price. But we're not even expecting that people should pay the full price because it might not help us if anybody drags that till the next 2-3 years. Our calculation is that we should be able to deliver this job if the funds flow in as they should within 18 months. It is not going to be an easy task. But will we do our best? And like I kept saying, every single thing we have said to do, we set them out process upon process. We build milestones. We cross first stage. We test to know whether we delivered what we want. And we see that the results are good. We move on. So every single thing we say, we're not saying it to just excite you. We are saying it because it is what we are doing. There are some expectations. Well, we're supposed to bringing them in. Because I don't know how to fold mouth and say it. They were expecting that we would have been looking for money. And we say we are not borrowing for now. We want to work with what we have. And that's what we are doing. So you are not going to see that half of the program running today. But every single thing is in process. Then for those who have taken advantage of this opportunity, the window today, we also have decided to say, how do we reward you? How do we appreciate you? We say we will do a raffle draw. That those who have paid 100% of their levies can stand a chance to win some cash back. But that cash will not be too much, because the money you paid also is meant for us to work. In the 4-bedroom category, those who have supported us will get 1 million naira, 1 person. So what it means is that one person is going to walk home with 1 million naira check today from the 4-bedroom category. And the 3-bedroom category, one person will walk away with 700,000 naira. No, don't laugh, you are not the one to win. In the 2-bedroom category, one person will walk away with 500,000 naira. To also demonstrate to you that we are not just interested in those who can pay full price. If you can't pay today, it's possible that tomorrow God will enable you to pay. So those who cannot pay 100%, we also recognize them. And they are like those who have paid half. In the 2-bedroom category, one person will walk away with 300,000 naira. And in the 3-bedroom category, one person will walk away with 500,000 naira. In the 4-bedroom category, they showed that they are big people. Nobody paid half. The people who paid, all of them paid. There are also people who paid half or quarter. And the 2-bedroom category, those who paid quarter, we're working with 150,000 naira. Somebody will walk home with 250,000 naira. And then 4-bedroom, somebody will walk home with 400,000 naira. So apart from this, these ones, we're not giving them cash because they haven't finished paying their infrastructure levies. So what we will do is to give them credit notes that will further reduce whatever they have outstanding. So, but apart from cash, there are also what we consider as eternal values. If we have talked about the housing estate the way we've talked about it and we are working on delivering these, I think it will be a thing to treasure for anybody to find his name as one of the names in the streets in that housing estate. I am not sure I have seen my name or my father's name in any housing estate. So, we are also going to figure out a few people whose names will be used in some of the streets in the housing estate. Those who have made their payments. Those who will be taking advantage of the last incentive window, we will do exactly the same thing for them. but it will no more be a groundbreaking ceremony because we have broken the ground. And the work has commenced. Maybe what we will gather then will be now to give updates on how far we have gone. Because our idea is to carry everyone along so that you can be able to understand what we are doing and see what we are doing. If you do not receive updates or pictorial updates, please share your WhatsApp number with our team so that from time to time we can show you what we are doing, not just talk. I want to thank you for the time. For listening. There are so many of us we may have offended. Okay. There are so many of us that we may have offended in the process of trying to do. Sometimes the pressure we get, the number of people calling us, the number of things calling our attention, as we are taking your calls, we are also trying to interface with the engineering team, with the design team, with various teams to ensure that we deliver. So please, I want to ask that you forgive us. Also give opportunity for you to ask questions so that it will not just be a one-way communication. If there are things you are not satisfied with, feel free to say it. We are not interested in your praise alone. But before we do that, I want to invite His Royal Highness, the Esu of Karo. Pharmacist Baba, to say a word.
Thank you very much. I have listened to all that he has said. As a report of the activities I've done, I felt it's imperative for me to say one or two things more. In Nasarawa State, we have been blessed with governors that have been doing so well and have taken up the issue of development very, very seriously. Our governor, His Excellency Omar Tonko Al-Makura, is somebody who is very, very, very committed to development of infrastructure. And it's good that we know that this road from Mararabang to the Brekete family site is one road that he intended to have finished even before this time, but for good reason and one or two issues. Otherwise, that inroad from the junction to that place would have been completed by now. I want to tell you that. However, we are also happy that the person who is taking over from him is somebody who has indicated to very clearly that he is very committed to see that infrastructural development, especially in Karo area, is going to be one of his priorities. And I want to believe that at time, that road will be taken up by the state government, and I'm sure before you even conclude with the inner roads, if things go well, I'm sure our governor will be able to work on that road. And besides, from the grapevine, I've also had them think about some roads that will link that area to some other parts of Abuja, through Guruku and to other parts of the capital city. So that should be an encouragement for us, because it means that apart from this road that goes from Marabang Guruku, we may have alternative roads too that will move from the estate and create accessibility to Abuja, the capital. I thought it's good we know this, because it's something I have good authority.
Thank you. It's always good to know what you are into. The man has given us an in-depth analysis of what this smart city will look like. Even if I have no plan to live there before, with what I have heard, keep 4 for me.
One for me, one for my wife, one for my daughter, and one for my mother. You want to see when people start thinking ahead. It helps you in life. See the way they are planning the city. Look around Nigeria. Is there any city that they found their resemblance like that? Because see, you know the Ibara, in my language, Ibara. So later on, we're going to take some questions from you, girl, so that you can ask more in-depth questions. The engineering team that are here, everybody is here to answer your question. But let us, at least before we start taking those questions, let it not be that we are just talking. Let us also hear from the landlord, Gogo, the owner of the land, the people that are giving us this land. Because they need to come and certify. Yes, the paramount ruler, the SO of Karo, had already told us that yes, he's away, even now informing us that even the roads are getting set, that the governor is going to work on the road. But now we want him to come and speak to us. And sir, please, I know English is your handwork. But for the benefit of some of our listeners who are told now, who might not understand all the BB grammar we are blowing here, please, sir, Your Highness, I beg you, you speak in Hausa. Okay? So that our people will not. Ladies and gentlemen, please permit me as I welcome His Royal Majesty, the Serikin Guruku, to meet you. Yes, sir.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. His Royal Highness, the President, our President, Karo Traditional Council, Ordinary President Ahmad Isa, members of the High Table, I want to seek for permission to stand on the concrete protocol already established by His Royal Highness Esukaro. And again, maybe to answer the call by our smart MC. Maybe to change to our maybe local language for people like who don't know how to speak English, maybe to be along with us. Ina godiya gare mu duka. Bisa al'ada namu na sarakuna, idan muna wurin taro ko ina ne, shugabanmu shine yakan yi jawabi, kuma shugabanmu Allah ya sa yana nan shine mai martaba ya so Karo, ya kuma ya yi jawabi masu gamsarwa. Kada ku sha mamaki kaɗan ya rige mishi ya shiga lacca, in ma ya shiga lacca ba laifi ba ne. Ai ba ma shi babban senior lecturer yana Ahmadu Bello University, kamar yau zai tuna da yadda yake da nan na gani Allah sai ya keta. To don haka ba ni da wani abin da zan ce a yanzu nan fiye da abin da shi zuwa ya sai so Karo ya faɗa. Komai da ya kamata ni in faɗa ya riga ya faɗa, kuma kamar yadda na faɗa bisa al'ada komai namu haka muke tafiyar da shi. Sai dai in ƙara tabbatar da mu cewa traditional institution wato masarautarmu muna tare da ku dare rana safe yamma kowane lokaci. Brekete family da kuma dukkanmu da muke nan ko rana ko dare ko safe mu traditional institution muna tare da kuma tabbatar muku cewa in akwai wani damuwa game da waɗannan abubuwa to sai ku taso ku zo ku same mu domin mu duba mu ga yadda za mu magance su. To amma duka abubuwan nan da ake ba da labari a kansu haka suke. A kare local government ne a yankin masarautar gurgu ne, kuma ni sarkin gurgu da kai na ina nan a nan, shi kuma shugaban majalisar sarakunan na karɓar hukumar karo namu shi ma yana nan a nan, hakimanmu da dakatarmu suna nan a nan. In dai ana son a ce wani abu ne game da maganin administration na ƙasa, ina ganin duka mun fomin composition muna nan a nan. To saboda haka sai dai in ce fata na a fara lafiya, a yi lafiya, a kuma gama lafiya. Zan yi addu'a da cewa yadda muka taru a nan lafiya, Allah ya sa Ubangiji Allah ya kasance tare da mu, kowa ya koma gidansa lafiya, kuma Allah ya sa albarka cikin duk ayyukan da za mu yi. Assalamu alaikum.
For the benefit of those of you that did not understand what he said, very simple. He has given us assurance. And the assurance is simple, that whatever the Esu Karo, that is His Royal Highness that spoke earlier, said, he is concurring to all of them. And he has added that peradventure, even though it might not happen, but peradventure there is any reason for them to step in for any matter whatsoever, that they are the old traditional council. I've never seen this kind of thing before. Don't be one person, the whole traditional council. Where is the Karo Kingdom? They're on our side. Okay. Don't give any man to slap person. The person better slap. When you want to talk, I don't go, Your Majesty. And the truth is that this is the best thing that can happen to you when the owners of the land will come out and say, look, we're in total support of this. Go ahead and do whatever needs to be done. As far as like His Majesty said, it is to the benefit of humanity and to the glory of God. It is carried. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before we go to the raffle draws, I know some of you already know they calculate. Chai, if my balance may remain 1 million, I come with 700,000 credit notes. That means like 300 remain. In fact, I feel pay that one tomorrow. And some we don't pay finish because of now. So I pay 5 million, they give me back 1 million. Hey! It's a collection. So I know some of you are already pinching for it, but first, we need to allay plenty fears. So any question that you have concerning what we are here for, concerning this smart city, you have the opportunity now to ask that question. No holds barred. Ask the question as it is in your heart, so that we can give you an honest answer that you will take back with you. Because this is where MLM they start. Because word of mouth, as your own work, you go tell somebody and say, they don't tell me, because I like one thing about them. They said that they are going to show you milestone by milestone. As they are doing, they will call you, give you situational report, tell you what we have done. If you say that lie, they say, come and see. Let me say, we will tell you for paper here, not digital. Come. Life. See, we have done the road to this point, to this point. We have done the electricity, everything. And come, what do you call that thing? Say, waiting farm. Solar farm. Chai! So the city could supply itself light. Then you get that if you produce the right to sell to others. Try. I need to read this message. If you are not subscribed, you are waiting. You are just waiting for your own self. Better subscribe today. And the most important thing, the money they take work, infrastructure money, all they are very important. So let's start taking the question. Beko, can you make another microphone available for us, please? Where's the sound engineer? Okay, please, because coming sometime I take time, we will pass the microphones. He's coming with a mic, so. Yeah, we need pen and paper so that the engineers and others can just, I think I have a pen here. Okay. Okay, please come forward because also we have the live radio microphone here, so people at home too can hear you. So please, if you're raising your hand, just step out as quickly as possible. Step out. We'll just take few, not as much as possible. Please, when you come in here, you state your name, and then you just ask your question. If you're a subscriber, tell us you're one. If you're yet to subscribe, tell us you're yet to subscribe. But please, the question should not take more than a minute. Can we do that, please? Thank you. Please step up. One after the other, please. Your name?
Good afternoon. Okay. Good afternoon, members. My name is Henry Joko. My question is simple. I had the consultant say that he initially mentioned infrastructure. To be candid, during the time these things were being advertised, I did not hear of infrastructure from him. Though I like his auditory prowess, it's too convincing. That was part of the thing that made me go there. But I'm not against infrastructure. But considering a civil servant like me who takes 18,000 naira every month as a minimum wage, and the infrastructure of Elon is being mentioned now, how do I handle it? That's what I want to ask. Because I don't want to sell it. That is the thing. So please, I'm praying that this incentive levy be kept open. Don't give time limit for it, because no civil servant might not meet up. Thank you.
I like to see the talk. He mentioned that he's making 18,000 naira minimum wage. He may tell us the level we do. People they forget say the 18,000 at level 1. When the level day, level 14 step something, we know how much it turn to. Who they rush my mic? Okay, where the man come at see he won't collect my mic. No, we'll take some. We can't just deal with it one by one. We'll deal with it one. We'll not come out here today. So we'll take like 3, 4, or 5, then you respond to it. But if they have asked what you want to ask, please, kindly take your seat. If not for the infrastructure levy, nobody again. We don't take one question, I cover all. Please, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ede Zachary. I'm a subscriber. My question is this. I believe this, our smart city, is not going to be like other estates that are mortgaging people's the subscribers. What I mean is that there are some estates that you will, after you subscribe, pay the infrastructure, pay every other thing, then every year they will compel you to be paying some certain amount of money every year as if you are paying rent in that your own house that you are living. That is my question.
Okay, you want a situation where you pay once and for all. Now, you want us to clearly understand your question, because that's the way the question sounds now. That when we pay, we don't need to pay again. Anyway, if I were the question to answer, I would answer. Don't worry. Come, sir. Please tell us your name.
I'm Sovio Akiwale Akisola Solomon, civil servant. I want to thank God for this privilege. First, on the land, I've actually been looking for this opportunity, but thank God that God gave me today. I want to offer myself as free Sovio to join the team of our family. Praise the Lord. Because from recently I wanted to do that, but there was no opportunity for me. Praise the Lord. Okay. Also, I want to ask. Because I made mention of if along the line as a subscriber you want to back out and want to refund, you say you are going to deduct some money. I want to ask this question: if this one is not the Brekete family certain services now, but if a private developer defaulted, what happened? Do that private developer still have right, if I ask for my refund, to deduct all those money? Does he have the right? That's my question. Then, lastly, I want to join my voice with the first speaker here that please, the extension of this infrastructural levy, if not for anything, to the end of this year, I want to make an appeal that it should help us because of these civil servants. Please extend it to the end of this year. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I don't know whether they used to pay withholding tax. What was it? Some time withholding tax. Yes, I'll come. How many have we taken so far? 3. Okay, I'll take this man and the lady who answer those questions. But please, if your question is similar, please don't need to bother. If your question is similar, don't ask again. Okay? Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, all. My name is Ezechuku Olugele. I'm a subscriber and also a civil servant. Question. You know, we civil servants, it's not easy to accumulate that kind of money at the point. I don't know if you can help us bring about a system whereby maybe we will fill some forms and you liaise with National Housing Fund, from which each month they deduct money from us. It's very difficult for us to get across to them, but if we can forge a force and then go to them and they give us some loans, it will be easier for each and every one of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Adiola Sherifat Ogunbele. I'm a public servant. Like my own, I loaned the money, the half of the money I paid, I loaned it from the office for 1 year. I decided to do contribution that in end of this March, I'll pay 550. Then in June, I'll pay the rest of the money. How do you want me to make it not up to next year that I can borrow another money to complete my money? That's what I want to ask from you.
Okay, I will help you to pay your Alright, just a question. If you ask the question, you look careful and we will see how we answer it. Don't worry, we will find a way. Okay, wait. Please, the questions now. We need to answer the first one. The first question was from Mr. Erin Joku. He said, I should go to the, okay. Sorry, I have to come to our human rights. So I will read, Consultant Ike will answer. Question number 1. By Mr. Henry Njoku, he said, he did not mention infrastructure. He said, how do I handle the infrastructure levy? Because as a civil servant, my take-home pay is
is 18K minimum wage, not 18K total package. So that at the beginning there was no mention of infrastructure, and all of a sudden we are now hearing infrastructure, and it's to the tune of 2 million. So he needs to know how it will work out for them to pay, and if there is a way there can be an extension.
A very quick one. I don't think it's appropriate for him to say we did not mention there will be infrastructure. Other people here can bear us witness. Not only that we said that on air, we also documented it. If you check the offer letter we gave you, if you also check your reservation card, it was stated that infrastructure development is by the subscribers' contribution. I don't know if there is anybody who can bear me witness about this. So Barrister, that nullifies the first question.
Okay, but some of them are saying that yes, it was there, but the amount was not mentioned.
I have also stated it here, even before we started, that the amount was not mentioned because we were not sure. And we also said it, even people asked us questions on air that time. We said to them, our aim is not to collect money because for infrastructure. We want to calculate to be sure what we are taking. I said it here. And then, Barrister, I am sure you are aware your pay. If your pay is 18,000, you wouldn't even have afforded it for the first time. If it is subject of investigation for corruption. But again, let me also say this. I know that it's a genuine concern. There are many civil servants who subscribe, whose earning cannot afford this. There are two ways to this, like what we started. Most of the times you discover that there's something you may desire, but you cannot afford it at the material time. So all you need is to continue to work hard and trust God. It is possible that when you will afford it, God will make it that you will afford even 10 times that which you could not afford that material time. The whole idea is that if we lower this standard because we are trying to accommodate everybody, we will end up building something that nobody will appreciate. The same us will return back to say, hey, how did you give us this kind of thing? This wasn't the promise you made to us. These are things that we need to be sure of. The worry is that I have also explained how in construction, if you are to put $1 million and you put 700 trying to save money, you will spend more than $1 million to recover it. Many of us that are into construction will bear me witness that it is so.
Thank you, Pastor, for encouraging people to pray. For those who don't have for now, pray and work harder. But while we're waiting for that fire, Gary said, I hope Smart City will not mortgage people. That is, there won't be all those annual levy every year. Because I used to live in one estate. Every year, there's a money we pay that covers security, cleaning, everything. In Smart City, are we going to have the same levy? That's what Zachary is asking.
Zachary, we appreciate your concern in this, and I also believe it's a genuine concern because we are seeing this in most of the estates. But they said from the smell of the gas where they come out from the exhaust pipe, you will know how the other solid one they test. At least, when I don't take and see, say, we have many opportunities to make money from you that you wouldn't even complain, but we didn't make it. We have told you how we could have sold form. There is no way if we want to sell form and then you were to buy the form for you to subscribe, you won't buy it. It is money. We looked at it, we ignored it. We have talked about even arranging mortgage. We have talked about even building. So I think by this time you should have been able to use this to say, hey, even if there will be bills to pay. It cannot be like where these people are trying to take advantage of us. Now, why I'm saying that is this. If you live in an estate and there is no organization, we talked about services, and the services are not delivered, you cannot enjoy the estate. If we go down to say, hey, it's to make sure that nobody pays 1 kobo anytime, there will be no water supply, there will be no security, the place will not be cleaned up, then there's a problem. I don't know any estate that doesn't clean the place. But the issue is that it cannot be like you're paying rent. It cannot be designed for anybody to make profits from it as per profit. The whole idea is to be. So if you live in an environment, there must be cleaning, there must be security services. But the bills that will come on, that will be such that even when you look at it, you will be able to tell yourself that of a truth, these people are not trying to make just profit from me. A typical example. In the survey, we have our survey team here. I'll use this opportunity to introduce Surveyor Jerry. Surveyor Jerry, you are there? Okay. We also will add some people who have volunteered to work to him. Every surveyor will tell me that there is no way you will pay a surveyor to go to Gurugu and survey a plot of land for 23,800. I don't know if it happens. Can anybody pay 23,800 to go and get surveyed in Guru? But that's what we are charging. If we make it 30,000, will you not pay? So, but this is also to demonstrate to you that it is not about the money that we are doing this. Thank you.
So, simple answer. Bros, we go pay for some things. We go pack the tea. We go secure the estate. We go pay police when we there at the gate of the estate. So plenty things go happen. The only difference we say, we don't go charge you like other estates. They charge you, we go tertiary. Yeah. And Oga Surveyor, we say you want to become our surveyor for free. Thank you very much, sir. We need more of you. Meet our lead surveyor here, so that we can go work together. Then your question was, after offering yourself for free, you say, since the deduction are made from, okay, that you are complaining about if you want your refund, why are we doing any deduction? You understand? That it shouldn't happen. That after all, you feel that the developers are those that defaulted. Don't wait till you talk. You do wait back.
Can I echo what I said from here? Are you hearing me?
Okay, you say what if the developer defaults?
Yes.
Don't be saying the developer. Okay, what if the default? Is it? Okay, I don't buy airpiece ticket to travel, go work. They delay the flight and miss the event where I supposed to go, and they don't pay me advance. Who won't pay me? But don't worry, that they will answer you well.
Okay, MC Miracle, thank you. I no go join you play. For this matter, good say you know they talk about us. So it go good make we answer questions where concern us, where they direct to us. As you talk and you say, what if you pay a developer? What we are here is to discuss Brekete Family Smart City. The questions I'm prepared to answer are questions relating to Brekete Family Smart City, so that subscribers who have come to do this with us will be able to get direct feedback from us. Now, with respect to the deductions, there is not even a single thing we did that we have not communicated. If you check your reservation card, nobody, when we opened this place, money was taken from nobody without. Is it true? On the reservation card, we clearly stated it that if you pay and you want your money back, well, we make deduction of 15% to cater for the administrative charges, all the bills we incurred in the course of going into that transaction. Why we stated it there so that you can check. If you are not happy about it, you don't pay, and if you don't pay, that deduction won't happen. when you have read through that and entered into the contract with us, you have made us to engage our lawyers, you have made us to engage our staff, you have made us to also deal with the bank, take money from the bank as we receive your money. The charges that the bank made on us for that purpose, they are not going to refund it to us. Do you understand it? And we stated it clearly before you enter into the contract, so that if it's not comfortable for you, you don't enter into the contract.
That's very, please do not clap for the answer. The answer makes sense. Because from there they will even pay me. So it's very important that you all know. Alright, this other person asks that, is there any way, because of the connection and the contact that the Brekete family has, is there any way, because they are civil servants, and sometimes having the kind of money we need to pay for the infrastructural development and all that might cost them more? Is there any way that we can liaise with the National Housing Fund to enable them to deal with this?
A very quick one. My ordinary president just told me that there is need for us to round up quickly. On this one now, it's an avenue for us to explore. We have thought about it, but the challenge is that every project has a stage. The stage where we are now is infrastructure development. Most of the things that the housing estate, Federal Mortgage Housing Authority is interested in is the particular house, you building your own house. But we're also saying that there are opportunities for us to explore this and know what specific answer they can give us. And we promise you we can explore it, but we don't have the final answer to this. Is that clear? Yes, sir.
Okay. For the rest of you, I think because we have just 15 minutes more. No, what we'll do now, write your question now. Give them to us. We'll answer your question on air. On live radio, we'll read your question with your name and we'll answer it. Please write it down for us. Please, so that we can. But we'll take the last question here was the woman that took loan for her subscription. Okay. Okay, that one you don't need to. Please, and any other issues that you have, maybe pertaining to your location, pertaining to any of the issues, see any of the team leads. We have been flashing their pictures here, so we can do that. So now, madam, for you that collected loan, oh yeah, answer the loan woman.
Does she want me to pay back? Or what?
She said she took loan for subscription and she needs time the next year to enable her pay.
Okay. If we tell you we don't understand that things are tough and not everybody has the money to pay immediately, we will be lying to you. We appreciate what every one of us is going through. We know that with pains you're making sacrifices to secure this for your family or for yourself. But the challenge is this. If we don't have standards and timelines, we can be in this development for the next 10 years. And I am not sure it's what any of us want. Are we together? Yes. Those of you who have even made sacrifices to pay now, it is because you made payment that we are able to start. If we had left it as an endless thing, we will still not be able to start what we are starting today. And I am also sure that even those of us asking for more time will be the very first to also complain. So while we understand that things are tough, not everybody, every finger is equal. We will appeal to you to make sacrifice within the limit of your powers. If you cannot, then you will know that you have tried and you cannot. But you also must have it at the back of your mind that it is your sacrifice that is making us to move forward. And this is the essence of bringing you in here today. Does anybody want me to? So can we please clap for those who have been able to make sacrifice, including the woman that borrowed? Because she could not have borrowed if she had not had faith in what we are doing. Thank you very much.
Okay. Mommy? Simple. That is now a motherly adore. He said, don't say all fingers are not equal. All sorry, you only depend on the role that finger is playing. So please, now I'm going here. We want to start the raffle draw. We are doing this now. The box is empty, as you can see. And the envelope I have in my hand is category 1, residential, full payment, 4 bedroom. So now I will show you as I carry up. So as you can see, I'm bringing them out from the envelope, empty. And from my list, I'll tear the envelope so that you don't see we have 18 of them here, and we have 18 tickets here. So we're going to just pick out the winners. We'll start from the third position. From the third position, the person is getting so, but okay, it's just one person that you pick. And for the full payment for 4 bedroom, the person will go with 1 million naira check. Can I have the lady in yellow, please? Hello, ma'am.
Wait, one person should volunteer.
Okay.
Thank you.
Volunteer, okay.
Like one lady.
You don't count it here. Oh, yeah. Show them your hand, show them your hand, show them your hand. Oh, yeah. Dip your hand. Roll up. Take only one. In me. And the winner is Air Commodore Olalekan Gilawal, retired. LD49. Sir, you have won 1 million naira. So please, Oga. So Oga, from this other paid full, you are going to pick out 7 tickets for us. From that 7 tickets, those are the names. We'll allocate 7 straight names. Let's quickly pick out 7. 1, 2, 3. 4. Okay, let me try. 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are the 7 streets that will be in that location. So please, I'll just call out your names. If you are here, you just come and see. I have Clement H. Sebastian, plot number LB435. That means you have a street named after you and your generation to come. Please take it and just move there. I have Ismaila Saliu, plot number LD474. Hold this, Mr. Okonzota, that's for Ismaila Saliu. Then we have Sadautu O. Ibrahim,
Plot number LD122. Please come and take it. We also have Chisonu C. Ikoko, plot LD493. Chisonu. I have Mrs. Aguyan Shakao, phase C, plot number LD41. I have Ibrahim Mohammed, plot number LD294. And then finally, the seventh name is Aluka Tepa. Plot number LD233. Man, it really resembles Aluta. All right, now we'll go to the second category, which is
residential full payment 3-bedroom. Consultant I, please help me for this.
Okay, you know, say even that name better pass to collect money, sir. For the rest of your life, your generation will know. This one now is for the 3-bedroom full payment, where the winner will get a cash prize of 700,000 naira. So please, another volunteer.
Or 2 volunteers, please.
Nobody will tell you. Just carry yourself, come. Okay, madam, pick for the cash prize of 700,000. Give me. The winner of the cash prize, 700,000, is plot number MD1248, Aminu Sidi Garumbaba. So that's the winner, if he's listening to us. Then how many we have now for this category for the streets? 6. So madam, pick 6. Pick 2, the other person pick 2. Pick 2, thank you. Madam, pick 2. Let me have the 2. So for the street names in this area, we have Umar S. Abubakar, plot number MD1261. That's the street name for 3-bedroom. We have Ale Donowa, Mary A, plot MD192. She's here, she's coming. Madam Mary. Plot number MD1161, Aliu Felix Sunday. How many have I mentioned now? 3. Like it.
For next time. So how do I which one?
Madam, go that side. Plot number MD876, Sani Ajarat Olise. Yes, street name. Then another street name, plot MD400, Emmanuel. He's here. We now have a street name in our estate. So anytime they carry motor, they come to the estate, they will call your street. Plot number MD172, Okono Edit in Kiru. Now we'll go to the next category. This one now, full payment, 2-bedroom, residential. Consultant, I will pour it now. Show them your hand. Pour it. We've turned the paper around, this is done. Volunteers, please, volunteers. We want 1 person and 5 people. And 2 other people to pick. Okay, thank you, thank you. So you can pick the winner. The winner in this category will go with 500,000 naira. Please let me have it. 2-bedroom, please. The winner of the credit note of 500,000 is plot HD 802 O'Connell Services Limited. Okay, so he's here. So and now we're going to pick up 5. So please just pick one. Sir, you can go back to your seat, sir. You can just go over there, see them. Just pick one. Okay, sir, pick 1, 2. Okay, yeah, 5. Sir, pick 2. Madam, pick 2. Let me walk through. One year, pick 2. Last card. Now for the streets that will be going to this residential area of 2-bedroom flats. Plot number HD 909 Adebayo Kolawole. Your streets. We are not giving you the whole street over, just naming the street after you. Don't go and start telling people the street is my own. Anyways, your street. So it's named after you. Your children will say, where are you going? To my father's street. Okay. Second person, plot number HD 299, Mr. Ele 229, sorry, Mr. Ele Zakari. He's here. The same Ele has question. Yes, sir. That's the second street, right? I want to be sure I have 5 tickets. Number 3, plot number HD 67, Itodo Elias. Number 4, plot number HD 986, Anyeke Victoria Sambo. Is your name Sambo Anyeke? Hey, let her come and collect her paper. She's at home. Like your husband. Bring your marriage certificate, your children's certificate, because we will not give you. Let the wife come and confirm it that he's the husband. Or go and collect somebody's property. Don't worry, maybe your wife is coming to collect. Let her come. Plot number HD 100 Okoronkwo Francis. One man. See the way the man rise. That is to say, my name have entered the lifting the street. Nah, I did it better. I did it easy. Next category. Commercial, full payment above 2 million. Only 4 people. This one go easy very well. Volunteer. One volunteer. So this one is for full payment 2 million.
This man may not have been reduced to come down.
The winner is going over 500,000 naira. Madam, thank you. Just wait and pick the remaining because there are 3 streets going for that too. So just pick the remaining 3. For the winner of the 500,000 for the commercial full payment of 2 million is Obaji Eloho Mary Benedict, plot number C187. Then for the streets, please can I have them? Oh, the person is here. Madam, move. Come and collect 500K. It's not the check-in thing. Oh, good morning. What streets again? Please, what was that number? The same Obeje Eloho Mari Benedict, number 110 for streets. You collect money, still get street, only you. Madam, which kind of perfume do you use? Wait and collect your street too. In fact, if I open and I see your name again, I start going to your church. Your mom. You did one for yourself, did one for your husband, now your mom. They are joining my group. You can go, man. Plot number P67, Reverend Godly Agala. Then finally for the street on the commercial of 2 million. Plot number C69 is Miriam Shehu Bala. Now this category is for commercial full payment above 1 million but less 2 million. This one now, we're now little people. I want to name 3 streets. Okay, they are not 3, right? Now, waiting the person win is 300,000. Then for streets, 1 street. Okay. Alright, so very quickly, that all we just call one volunteer to pick up that. Alright, without much to do, we just check and straight up. Come, you carry my second paper, go. The winner of the cash prize is of 300,000. Nkwacha Elizabeth, plot number C13/6. Then for the street, plot number C13/4, Aishatu Ali. Then category 1, commercial full payment up to 500k but less 1 million. Now we're taking that the winner of this now will go home with a cash prize of 200,000. Then the category for the street will name 4 streets after the people. Volunteers, please. I just need 2 or 3 volunteers. Volunteers, feel free. Now volunteer. Follow and tear. Madam, shut your eyes, leave your hand, take 1, just 1. First for the winner of the cash prize of 200,000 and the winner of the cash prize, okay, is plot number C110/5, Ume C. Jewel. So Ume C. Jewel, you won 200,000. Then okay, you're picking 4 tickets for me for the street. Very quickly, sir. Four, sir. Thank you very much. And very quickly, I now mention the streets. Mrs. Isa Medinat Ozavize, plot number C113/1, First Street. Mrs. Margaret Sky, plot number C113/2. Ajia Nafisa Isa Sani, plot number C11/14. Gia. Okay. Ajia is shining. Now you don't collect streets. And then finally, for that we have Hilary Okoye Ike, plot number C107/23. Please just go that way. I'll give you there. The next category without much to do, category 2 residential, half payment, 3 bedroom. Half payment, 3 bedroom. The first price is for 500,000. That's the only price. Then for the street we have 3 streets. All right, please volunteers, please volunteers. Hillary, just come and pick for me, sir. Yeah, no win and go. Thank you for the 3-bedroom flat. No, for bungalow, 3-bedroom bungalow category. This the winner of the 500,000 credit notes is Aja Mefisat Isasani, club number MD703. That's why it's good to invest plenty. So put your seed everywhere. Seed. The street name in Oga, pick 3. Now, mom soap she use. For the streets now, the 3 streets that will go with that category, plot number MD187 Babata Judin. That's one. Second one is, finally, my brother. Udo Joseph Udo. Plot number MD846. Finally! Udo. Finally, I got my brother to even get a street. How I would take another street with you? I also will call on plot number MD437 Momo Oshioke. Yeah. That's for it. So the next category now, half payment, 2-bedroom residential. That's one volunteer should be okay. Okay, we can do it ourselves. Please just help me do that, sir. Half payment, the credit note is 300,000. Thank you, sir. The winner is Justina Mwachi Uba, plot number HD62. Praise hallelujah, Madam testimony next Sunday. Okay, just the street na 3, but you know the 3, bring the 2 when they get. Madam, go there, don't mean they give. Me not to announce. This Sunday we will hear testimony. For the street, tell me Ngozi Onyekwere, plot number 8D209. Now tell me a woman name, why na man there is it? Now she dey follow you for battle. Well done. Plot number HD155 Ogunbenle Adeola Sherifat. Finally, see you will go. You don't get streets. You borrow and go to streets. Now, I'm going to come to the what they put up. Wait first. I go tell you. See, don't come up with my book for all. For the most purpose of this thing. Category number 3, residential, quarter payment, 4-bedroom. Quarter payment, 4-bedroom. The winner goes up with 400,000 credit notes. And that winner is none other than Mrs. Ngozi Choma Dike, plot number LD427. Okay, we have 3 street names, please. I'll pick 3. Madam. Put that side. The credit notes don't come your side. For the street. This one is Sunday, Baba. Plot number LD286. You have a street named after you. And note it is for eternity. Mohammed K. LD214. Plot number LD394, Bona Mwaobi. Thank you. That's done. Category 3, quarter payment, 3-bedroom. Quarter payment, 3-bedroom, category 3. The winner will go with 250,000 naira credit notes. That will help you pay another quarter. And then we have 3 streets named after them. So I'll just pick one first for the winner. Then you pick 3 for the streets. The winner of 250,000 is Sure Victoria Iveren, plot number MD57. No follow, we do 4. I collect the street back. I collect the money back. Who bad the donuts? Plot number, I like this one. The man not just, the wife no agree. Hold on. If your name is there, my name must be there. Plot number MD1252. Mr. and Mrs. Wariebi Wilfred Bologi. That is our name must be. The first street, how they will name that street? Mr. and Mrs. Okay. Another again. Mr. and Mrs. Ake Oban, plot number MD20. If a people just call that street, okay, madam. Plot number MD571, Caroline N. Osebe Adebaki. Madam, we have named a street after your studio. Category 3, quarter payment, 2 bedroom. The winner of that category goes over 150,000 Naira credit notes. And then we are naming, we're also naming 3 streets. 3 streets, but first give me one for the winner of 150. Thank you, sir. Ogusoya Adetomilola I, plot number 8735 for the winner of 150,000 credit notes. And then for the streets, we have 3 streets to be named after the members of family. The first one is Adiza Itoro, plot number AD218. Come and connect your street, Adiza. The second one is Zara Kamfut Sanda. And that was the person I called to come and pick that time. Plot number HD480. And then the third person is Onyekachi Mofunaya HD990. So that's it. Then second to the last category here, we have category 1 commercial, half payment up to 500,000 but less 1 million. Thank you, ma'am, for volunteering. We thank you. So commercial, that one was half payment, right? Half payment less 1 million. Okay, half payment up to 500 but less 1 million. 150,000, yes. So this one now. Okay, for the half payment 500 but less than 1 million, the winner will get 200,000 naira credit note. Sorry, didn't let me fool my head. Thank you. Wait a minute, do we have street names on there? There's no street name. So, quickly, thank you. Thank you, Honorary President. You are really a man of the people. Let me drink small. What a sweet. Alright, so the winner is the voice. The voice don't clear. Olukorede o Mongolowaji as far as you follow God, stand up, carry go. Olukorede o C120
4. Thank you. Madam, the price is 200,000 credit notes. Madam, don't worry. Thank you. The last but not the least, quarter payment up to 500K but less 1 million. No street. We refuse to give street. Not on our street. So this is the last but not the least. Quarter payment up to 500 but less 1 million. No streets given to those ones. Taking those streets to myself. One volunteer, come and pick one winner. This fine girl, pick. You have been coming here since. Pick something. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, and the last winner for this raffle draw for today is none other than Daniel Luca Zebai, plot number C7/5. Now Daniel, I call you. I know call Daniela. Hey, so your son has gotten. So, madam, your son have gotten a payment of credit. Thus, you have 200,000 naira credit notes to add up to whatever you will need to balance. Congratulations. So, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we have shown you quite openly that Brekete Family Smart City is not a scam. For those who were doubting Thomases out there who felt this is just one of those things, or this is just so they talk, thank God you have witnessed that we have more than 10 traditional rulers here and 2 very senior ones. We have people from all walk of life here, people from different strata of the society sitting down with us here to confirm that this is a reality. And like they have promised you, the faster you pay your subscriptions and all the other payments that need to be done, the faster the job will commence. Already they have started working already, so we're almost done with everything that has to do with this. Now, to come and wrap up everything, because I don't do blow grammar since, let me say don't clear my throat. Ladies and gentlemen, you call him whatever name you want to call him. Some will say he's harsh. Some will say it's straight, some will say it's direct, some will say it's compassionate, some will say it's a no-nonsense person. Whatever name you want to call him, there is only one name that stands out, and that is the name of the ordinary president. His name is Dr. Ahmed Issa, the man that God has used to set up the life for the common people to have an opportunity. Homeowners, and he's one man that when it has to do with humanity, he doesn't care if it will take his life. I have been privileged to have opportunity where this man has been threatened. He has been shot at. I do a lot of things, but he still say, even from hospital bed, I will still talk for my people until the day I die. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Dr. Ahmed Issa. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. May
God bless all of you. May God bless all of us. For the men where they here, may you. For the women where they here, may your husband never get power to your community. My brothers, my sister, I'm not going to sit down and beg. I'm going to clap on ourselves. The thing is, anything we get beginning for life, they get end, including the life itself. Now, for this thing what we do, in the history of Nigeria, I don't talk of any other country, no real estate developer, nobody has ever done what we have just done on live radio and all the social media platforms. If you know any, let me know. Most of the people who even win things here, they're not even there. Now for radio, then they hear and they jubilate. Now so we they do and transparently. Anything we God don't endorse, any other human being we try to attack that thing, fit down, we go and tell them burial. Amen. Now, other estate developers now today they don't get expo, they will begin repackage waiting that they do because we don't give them free consultancy on air. But the most important thing is say, may God give you idea. May God can give you the ability to realize your dreams. Now another gift to. Now let me tell you now something. God will bring us together, not do mistake. He has a purpose for that. May Nigeria as a country continue to prosper. Amen. May the unity of this country continue to prosper. Amen. May we all progress in life. Amen. Long life and prosperity. Amen. For those of us where they look for children, may God provide you with the fruit of the womb. Amen. Children will go make una cry, not be cry of sorrow, but cry of joy because of the great things where they go do for our life. Amen. My brothers, my sisters, I'm not going to talk too much because me, I'm a quiet person. Very quiet and shy. If I want bath, I must naked because I be shy. I don't know who know the naked before he bath. But I want to break one protocol here. Even though I be ordinary president, the voice of the voiceless, it gets some things will happen where I won't just choke mouth, even though consultant I don't come whisper to me, you are the ordinary president, you should be this. I know Sabi pretend. Consultant you don't do a consultancy for smart city, you know go consult for my talk where I want talk. Anybody will know say in hand no reach to pay for infrastructure. Bring them out, people will go buy from you day. Nothing lasts forever. Another opportunity will come. Minister of FCT minister, they don't invite us, say he won't give us land, make we do estate. We tell them no, when we finish this one. Meaning to say there is hope. Other estate developers don't write. I get more than 42 letters from estate developers. Some talk say make we come take over their estate. Some talk say make we be part of it. Some talk say make them come, make we share profit. We tell them say make them hold on, make we deliver this one when we start. Halfway journey is not a journey. Now, anybody will get 4 bedroom, we won't sell now. We not they go deduct anything out of your money. Bring them out now. Anybody will want buy, come out now. Anybody will need to buy, come out. 4 bedroom, come out. 4 bedroom. If you want to buy. 3 bedroom, if you want to buy. 2 bedroom if you want to buy. To buy, not be Dubai, to buy. Not be Dubai, to buy. Now, these people were there here, even my auntie is taking her time majestically. They want to approve. Auntie. Now, these now people were there ready with their cash and they are ready to pay infrastructure 100%. If you get to sell, we go bring the two of una together, una go negotiate, una go bargain. You pay the person go
with under our supervision, our lawyer dey here, una go do sales agreement, change of ownership. We take our small commission. The person now go pay infrastructure. For a person where they just say make them keep until 1 year. The same people when they praise us today, if they still linger for 1 year, now them go to insult us for back. When will this thing end? When will this thing end? Our own be say, like the other one we talk about federal mortgage. This I didn't know the federal mortgage they call them. Yeah? Federal housing, national housing fund. Most of the people where they don't deduct their money for many years, they never see cover. See, sit back. I don't know whether I understand. So if you need to recover your money from National Housing Fund, write application to them. Tell them you want to withdraw your money. If they refuse to give you, bring your letter of complaint to the ordinary president. I will recover your money for you. But the family will not interface between you and your FHA. Who is going to guarantee that? When they deduct from your hard-earned salaries, must be ready to give you back your money when you need your money. The federal government should make that provision. If they refuse to give you back your money, write a letter, address it to the ordinary president. Ordinary Dr. Ahmed is a voice of the voiceless, president and founder of Brekete family. Go to Maitama headquarters, be post an affidavit, just 500 naira. Bring your complaint. I'll follow it up and fight federal government until they give you back your money. It is your sweat. The federal government did not dash you cover. It is your sweat as a civil servant, and they have been removing this money. Where have they been keeping this money? How much interest has your money generated? Somebody should talk to you and tell you, because it is your right for you to know.
God bless you, sir.
So nobody should take you for granted as a civil servant. It is your sweat. Government is not dashing you cover. So people who are ready to buy, they here. If you want sell, just meet them for corridor. Barista Ugo, be on standby. You stay in the middle. This person wants sell, this person wants buy. You change of ownership, waiting, transfer of ownership, waiting, do the agreement. These people are ready to buy and they are ready to pay for the infrastructure. We are not waiting for 1 year to complete our project. We want to make serious progress. And what if we don't take loan from the bank now because of the interest within the charges? If you say we make even 1 million naira from each house, we suppose minimum of 1 million naira to build house for you, times 5,000, 1 million times 5,000. Now how much? 5 billion naira. Cool money, nobody will complain. But we just say, use that money, put them back for your project. Don't reach for you to buy block and cement and start your project. So what are we saying? If your hand no reach, leave am. Wait for another time. Be good as you make attempt. On behalf of everybody waiting here, when I wait, let us have both Muslim and closing prayers. Then we do national anthem and pack our kaya come off for NAV Conference Center. Now, make I tell you now. Refreshment day, when I will carry for hand. If you want chop and here, you chop. But make I tell you now, NAV Conference Center is one of the best venues for events in this town. CAC, no sweat. Standby generator. See everything where you need for this place. Make we appreciate NAV Conference Center. Money when we supposed to pay, then give us discount. Make we appreciate them for the discount when they give us. The two royal highnesses welcome, the Esukaru himself, His Royal Majesty. Wait to say he wants to subscribe. Consultant I, as the president of the Brekete family. Consultant I, work with me, leave that lawyer. As the president of Brekete family, I am giving 4-bedroom duplex to His Royal Highness Esukaru. And My landlord, my direct landlord, the Esu, the second Guru, His Royal Highness, Zaki Maidunia, Hadari Saga Bank in Nakakeso, Kabariba Amaka window, put to me Adangari Sebango. I give up 4-bedroom, free of charge, not only infrastructure you will pay. If you want to sell, no waste your time. You can sell now and collect your money and move on with your life. Thank you very much. We appreciate them. And for the MC, for a job well done, I'm going to dash you 20,000 naira. Let's appreciate you. I need volunteers for the Muslim and Christian prayers. For the Muslim prayers. MC, over to you. And I thank you so very much for believing in me and believing in what God is using me to do in extraordinary human beings' lives. Thank you so much. I remain the ordinary president. God bless you.
President, that is now my own life. No reach me, they give me life. Now 20K you can't give me.
For this thing where you talk, my mama, Chief Mrs. Felicia Sani, I give her 4-bedroom duplex. Let me clap for her.
Mama, if my own, they carry me, I don't mind. Mama, take my own. Mama, if my own, they won't give me, they give you so carry go, no problem. I don't say they will give me my own rent I reach. But for the 20K, they don't collect them. That's your money. No, don't forget. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope we had fun. We have a great
information. Our office has moved from Sheriff Plaza. We are no longer at Sheriff Plaza. The new address, if you look at the program you have with you, the brochure, just turn to the back of the brochure. That's why it's not good to throw away brochures. Turn to the back, you see our new address, Suite 303
MKK Plaza, plot 1086, Cadastral Zone. This is my glasses, when I did. D18, Sector Center D of Ahmadu Bello Way, Kudu District, Abuja. The name of the plaza is MKK Plaza. That is just directly opposite Kudu Market. Behind it is that big Ajite Hotel. So you will know that area. Yes. Yes, that NNPC police station, Ajite Hotel, just around there. Sorry, sir.
The reason behind moving to that place is because the Sheriff Plaza's office is too small for us. This one, it did very big. As you they grow, they deal. Now so you're going to change the size of your clothes. Not be say Sheriff Plaza pursue us. Now because we don't grow past Sheriff Plaza now. Thank you.
Now 3 talk. The cloth will be the way before, don't we are the way now. Now they grow the cloth, they expand. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, please can we have those that will pray for us? Okay, wait. Let's have the Christian prayer, then the Muslim prayers, and after that, we'll all be upstanding for the national anthem. My name is Ernest Ekweresian, popularly known as MC Miracle, and it has really been a privilege and an honor to be the MC of this event. So if you don't mind, please give me a round of applause, because I might not come out to the microphone again today. My number, look, I have my number. Because I'm married to an Igbo woman, she said, darling, anywhere you go, make sure the business come out of it. Because no, my number is 080 36 791 666. Now call them again. 08. He said he did that 22. Now don't go next time. Okay. 080 36 79 16 66. I beg, I know they find wife, oh. I know they find girlfriend. Now only for business.
Then I beg you not forget saying that Human Rights Radio, you know, they listen to us so, and at the station where they talk about the life of the people, where we they talk to the voice of the voiceless, they only there with us, and when they speak, everybody listens. So for those of you listening at home, it's been a pleasure being on air with you. My name is Ernest Dekoles here, popularly known as MC. My radio voice I listen. When I just take the prayers. Which one is it? Before the prayer, yeah. Okay, the Senior Marketing Officer of Human Rights Radio. We named the Brekete Williams. It must be Roman. And marketing is involved. He won't give us some very quick information before we take the prayer. After that, national anthem, au revoir.
Thank you, MC Miracle. Oh, how are you? People like some are the hungry. Okay, so quickly, for anybody interested in advertising on Human Rights Radio and television, so you can reach me at the stand for here, and I'll give you my phone numbers real quick: 08060897321. My name is Brekete Williams, Senior Marketing Officer for Human Rights Radio and TV.
Waiting we dey try to explain to Una say, as we do this program live from NAF Conference Center, so anywhere where you dey for Nigeria, even if na for creek for Niger Delta you get event, be it burial, be it naming ceremony, be it coronation, be it anything where you want make we carry on all our social media platforms, including our apps and our Human Rights Radio. We don't expand now. Now we dey here, we dey build one in Port Harcourt, we dey build one for Ogun State, Mowe to be precise. We don't nearly complete one for Kaduna State now. So when we dey do one, we will give you live coverage all over the world. And we know they charge too much money. In fact, there is a relationship now between us and NAF Conference Center. Anybody will need live coverage for NAF Conference Center, it will just inform the management, they will charge them, they will come out their commission, we do live coverage for you. God bless you all.
Shall we arise and pray? In Jesus' name. In the name of Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, we want to appreciate you, Lord, for how far you have led us today. Thank you because you are the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning and the end. Thank you, Lord, for every process here. Thank you, Lord, for ordinary President Ahmed Isa for this vision. We want to pray, Lord, that we continue Jehovah to enhance him with strength and power in the name of Jesus. Amen. As many of us that has gathered here together, Father, you know our weaknesses. Father, we pray, Lord Jehovah, that you see all of us through in the name of Jesus. Amen. Mighty Lord, Father, we want to pray. The ability, Lord Jehovah, to start the work, even the infrastructure to end it, and the provision for individual of us, Father, provide and open the gate of heaven unto us in Jesus' name. Amen. Above all, we pray for Nigeria. Father, help Nigeria in your hands, in the name of Jesus. Even as this period of transition, help us. Help the governance, that your name will be glorified in the name of Jesus. Father, as we go before us. Glorify yourself, Lord. In Jesus' wonderful name we pray. Amen.
I will thank Allah at the end of this program. We pray that Allah will grant us the ability to pay all our subscription for those that have subscribed. May He grant the leadership and managers of this Smart City event the ability to deliver in good time. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار فسبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك.
National anthem, please. Can we have all the team members that are working with Ordinary Ahmed, so that in case you can't see the president, you have questions you need to ask. So you can, if you are one of the team members, please just rush to the front here, please. Whether you're a surveyor, lawyer, just for the estate, engineering, all consultants, go forward, sir. MC, So please look at them, look at them. Accountant, please hurry up, hurry up. You are part of this project. Let's see all of you. Beautiful people.
Europe, Federal Jail Authority, Haruna Daniel Violation Team, Aino BOK Survey Team, NSSL MC. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem. Please, there's refreshment for everybody. Just go out to get a refreshment. But please don't eat inside this. Eat outside or the other place. We don't eat inside this hall, please.
And this is how much we can take up. Before we close, Ceremony here at the break-in ceremony of the Brekete Smart City sites and services, and I'm not seeing my subscriber at this point, but it's been wonderful right from the time from inception when we started today. It's been very wonderful. We have attendance of more than 10 royal fathers here who are authorities in their own respective areas, and we thank you very much for staying with us. Don't forget, the site and services housing estate project, Brekete Family Smart City, is one of Dr. Ahmed Issa's contributions to nation building in the form of family economic empowerment through affordable housing. And yes, another subscriber is here, and we want to talk to him. But before then, let's talk to Consultant Ike. He is working with the ordinary president in this project as well. Good to have you here.
Good to have you too. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. What do you feel about the whole opening and breaking ceremony of the Brekete Family Smart City project?
I feel great. I feel God has brought us to a point where we are beginning to fulfill our promises with respect to the infrastructure development. We have actually fulfilled the first phase of the promise. The first phase of the promise is giving people land to subscribe. We have fulfilled that. We have given lands. Everybody who subscribed have their offer letters, have their TDPs where they can go see the land on the ground. Then the next phase is developing the place. And we are commencing that. We are marking the commencement of that today. I feel great. I feel delighted. I feel challenged also, because when I see people come this way, for me, it is a burden of trust. And my worry is how to make sure that I don't fail. And everything is in place to ensure that we don't.
More subscribers, can they come subscribe for this smart project?
Yes, they can. There are rare opportunities to subscribe. It goes in two ways. Either people subscribe through those who want to resell their own products and services, or probably in the future we may also have some additional openings for people to subscribe, but it may not be cheaper than what they are selling now. So I will advise also anybody who wants to subscribe and have the means now to go ahead and do that.
Thank you very much, Consultant.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, and thank you for coming.
Thank you very much. And if you're just tuning in, this is Human Rights Radio and Television 101.1. My name is Mardia, and I'm at NAF Conference Center for the break opening of the Brekete Family Smart City, the project which was actually founded by the ordinary president, Dr. Ahmed Issa. He's also the founder of Brekete Family and Human Rights Radio and Television. We have another subscriber here who's here to share his experience of the whole ceremony. Good day, sir. Let's get to it. You're one of the subscribers. So what do you feel about the whole ceremony and the project itself?
I feel great because this is becoming real. I've been disappointed with private developer twice. Well, because of ordinary president, I feel comfortable with this. And from all the events that took place today, I believe it is very real. And I am queuing him into it totally, that this thing come to reality.
What do you have to say to people who have not subscribed to this?
Oh, I believe and I want to advise, if there is still any other chance, it is real. Because all the available feature and benefits that is embedded into it is more better than all other private developers that come across. So many other things, so many things that took place and they are proposing for this estate development has never come in place before.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And yes, a lot of activities went down today in the NAF Conference Center. And we saw names of streets being given to subscribers, as well as cash prizes by some of the subscribers who have paid in full and yet to pay in full. If you're just joining us, this is Human Rights Radio and Television 101.1. My name is Mardia Umar. Thank you for staying with us. And we'll go back to the studio. We'll have to hand over to the studio team at this point for the rest of the day. Thank you very much for staying with us. My name is Mardia Umar.
Continue.
Okay, yes, we are trying to round up from the break open ceremony.
They have gone.
Okay.
They have gone.
They have gone?
Yeah.
So thank God.
Can you imagine?
Okay. We'll switch, thank God.
Yeah, what?